Oh, wait, show. Oh, welcome everyone
Sorry.
to Wednesday Night Live. We're back. Tim and I right now. Tom is working. Actually, I'm going to throw this out there, Morgan. If you are available, I didn't know Tom was going to be out today too. You got to have a
Morgan
Wisconsinite.
can come on the show and knit.
Yeah, you can come on and knit or talk, whatever you want to do, and I'll let me know. I'll DM you the link, and if you want to jump in there, you can jump in there.
So fuck
Uh,
you. So exquisite.
we always have to have somebody from Wisconsin. We cannot have a show without somebody from Wisconsin.
Is that becoming customary now?
It's customary. It's customary. I'll send it to Morgan. Morgan, look in the BS show thingy. You'll
Green
see
in
it.
the house. See Mallory. Sorry you're feeling bad.
Yeah,
Lots of hot toddies, orange juice.
what was that last name?
Order up a Cabana Boy, foot rubs, and hot soup deliveries to your bed. Who else? I saw Exquisite. What's up, Exquisite Bliss? I said, hey, fuck you. Tube is here. Green Thumb in the house. Jeff Danny boy. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Did I miss anybody? Where's Luke? I hope he's not mad at me from last week. I was going to apologize to him. Hey, what's up, Morgan?
Wisconsin in the
Morgan.
house.
I was going to apologize to Luke, so you guys can deliver the message for me. I made a joke about him getting an ego, and I think he took it a little personally, so I apologize. I didn't mean it. It was a joke. I'm a chistosa. I'm a joker. Okay.
It's a joke. It's all good. It's all good, Luke.
Chistoso.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I did use the feminine conjugation, and you know what? I think Spanish is a beautiful. Well, I was married to a Spaniard, and so European Spanish is different from Latin American Spanish. It's a beautiful language, but y'all can take your conjugation and shove it. Because that shit is just too hard. It's way too hard.
What is that thing you're supposed to say when the comments and the disclaimer or comments or things made by someone on?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh God, I can't remember it.
Why are we disclaiming the Spanish language?
No. Anything that Tim says does not represent this show.
Oh,
what is that? How's
look,
it go?
I don't. You know what? Because anybody who's like Spanish by nationality, whether it be Latin American or European, they'll tell you just as much about how hard English is. Like they'll complain about it left and right. You know what I mean? And so it's all fair game. It's a wonderful language. I mean, it's beautiful. If you can speak it and as fast as they do, money in the bank.
I can't quite speak it as as fluently, as fast as they can. But I've been speaking Spanish, learning Spanish since I was in middle school, and then French I picked up in high school, and then I've learned kind of on my own Portuguese, a little bit of Arabic, and it's funny because my boss is from China, so she speaks Mandarin. Well, kind of. It's a different dialect. It's not Mandarin because
Slang.
I know. Yeah, because I know when she's tried to teach me, or when her daughters have tried to teach me, I'll say the Mandarin word, and my boss is like, oh, that's Mandarin.
Proper.
Right. It's a proper way of speaking, but
What's up, Mr. Nick? Yeah, go ahead.
Tim. If you want to learn a language where you don't have to conjugate verbs, Mandarin is, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the same way with like I learned Sicilian is a little different than Italian, but when I went over to Sicily, I know slang Sicilian, so they were still looking at me, going, huh? What the hell? Then I realized, okay, my grandmother was just making up words, or she was just, adding an O to the.
No, don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. But there are a lot of words with an O at the end of it. So. That is true. There's a bit of truth. There's always a little bit of truth to everything. I missed a couple people. Ahmad, hey brother, what's up? Sorry you're feeling down, man. Get well fast. Shake that COVID. I saw somebody else. Who else did I miss? I missed one other person.
So,
I missed Tho and Nick. Freaking Nick.
Freaking
Win the
Nick.
day, Nick. Win the
Win the
day.
day. I need to
Win the
get like
day.
a COVID gif for like I have like I have Snoop Dogg. I don't know, just like what is that picture they always use? Just the virus bug thing with the spears on it, just moving around the screen.
I was kind of funny, and then I'll shut up about COVID and all that. But
COVID.
Well, my friends have this tree out in the backyard that has these pod things that fall off of it. I don't really know what they are. I'm guessing it's kind of like maybe a rhododendron tree or something. And it's got these things on stems. It's like a ball with all these little spikes on it, and it looks like the friggin' COVID virus thing. Like they show it with the little spikes on it. So. They were somewhere. I was babysitting their kids, and so we went out there, and they fall on the ground when they die off. So we all picked one up, and we took a selfie of ourselves, and we said, "Hey, we went out and picked ourselves some COVID."
Picked it.
We picked some COVID,
man. Oh man.
Anyhow, all right. Enough of the bullshit.
Yeah. Well, let's find out how Morgan's week is going. Morgan, how's your week going?
Oh, it's going good. I've got my double shift tomorrow, so I'm not really looking forward to that. But
work is work. You got to work. Otherwise, you're just sitting at home knitting all day.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm actually getting close to starting to making a profit from all my, specifically with crocheting, because I brought up to my boss, because, there's like little patterns that you can make, like little like stuffed toys. And I found patterns for like sushi rolls and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And I said to my boss, wouldn't it be a great idea if I made them into keychains and then, could sell them?
$1 million idea.
My boss is like, that's a great idea. She's like, you keep the money, and I was like,
hey.
She's like, yeah, So I'm like, so I've been crocheting away, making all these little tiny little like sushi rolls and stuff like that. So pretty soon I'm gonna start profiting, hopefully.
Yeah. We won't be able to talk to her anymore, Tim. She'll be a crochet millionaire.
Yeah, I know. You pulling up in her Lambo with her knitted seat covers.
Yeah, she'll have a car cover that she knitted out.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll have some knitted dice hanging from the rearview mirror.
Yes.
Oh, I remember years ago on the ZampleBox family page, there was a gal that was crocheting cases for you to carry your mods in, and she did really well. We had to kick her out of the page because we got in trouble for selling stuff on there. So, but she started her own. Yeah, she started her own thing. I don't know where she is today, but she was making some really nice ones, and they were a little bit better than some of the ones that were out there because that it was thick knitting. So when it did fall, it kind of protected the mod,
padded. Yeah.
So
hit me up. I can figure out how
hit
to make some. Hit me up on Twitter or something.
At Morgan at crochetqueen.com.
Yeah. Your own little crochet support system.
Yeah, hey, we will let you come on the show and promote those.
Okay.
But you have to send one to each host.
Okay.
Freebies. Right. We got to get our freebies in, Tim. Tim, would you use a crocheted vape bag for your mod?
It would have to have like a skull on it or something.
I could do that.
It'd have to be It would have to be metal in order for me to. Yeah, I can't go with pastels or.
Yeah, no.
That would just be a little weak for my taste. I need to have
black,
something.
And then on.
Oh, it's got to be black.
I'll put a little crocheted skull.
There you go, black with a crocheted white skull. Yeah.
Everybody
needs to keep their vape devices warm. I mean,
That's right.
She'll. I want mine with daisies on it. I want daisies.
No, you don't. That's such bullshit.
Yeah, I want it to say. Of course, mine has to say "Smile King 40" on it somewhere. So
I mean, I could. Well, that might be a little bit more of a challenge, but I do it for the
you
challenge.
got it. You got it. You got it. You can handle it. You can handle it.
Paul's on his way.
Oh,
What should
good.
Paul's be?
Oh, Paul, a shark. It's an Aussie or
Shark,
some kind of deadly venomous fucking creature that roams the earth or
a huntsman
roams.
spider.
Yeah.
I'll put a huntsman spider on there.
There you go.
A scorpion. That's like their big one, right? The
Something.
scorpion's a big one. I mean that
Huntsman spiders are big too.
Yeah, but those them fucking scorpions, they go in your shoes and shit. I mean that's
Well,
gotta
he
be
lives
the
in
worst
California.
fear.
That's a California issue. I have armadillo in my state. Apparently, I've seen them dead on the side of the road, so I know.
Oh yeah, or are they?
No, well, sorry. I mean,
dead?
not trying to talk about that. But that's the only way I know they exist in.
Are they
Georgia.
pretending to be dead though? They could be
No,
pretending to be
these
dead.
ones were dead, John.
You could tell by the tire tread.
You could tell. There's just some key indicators that let you know, and I highly doubt that it's an armadillo. I don't think it's like one of their habits to just sleep on the side of the road. Just something tells me that's just not part of their general makeup.
The wonderful state of
Mallory said Texas speed bumps.
Yeah, does the wonderful state of Georgia allow you to pick those up and make food out of it? Roadkill.
I don't know. I don't subscribe to that form of harvesting. So
harvesting.
Yeah. So hey, R.I.P. and all that shit, but it's not,
they let us now. They passed along California. You can pick up roadkill now. So
wonderful.
I mean, it's technically illegal in Wisconsin, but there's kind of an unwritten kind of back roads rule that because it is, because a lot of times
when you hit it, you own it.
You're on the back roads.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hit a deer and it's dead, I mean, granted, again,
that's illegal, different. That's
but,
different, though.
Well, no,
that's Bambi.
Really.
You're supposed to eat Bambi.
Well, I mean, you could make that argument, for an armadillo, though.
I would. Okay, an armadillo, no. So if I hit an armadillo, I wouldn't pick it up to eat it. But if I hit a deer, I'm
pick
picking
that thing up and take it home.
That's some good.
That's commonplace. I mean, as long as you don't bust the gut, then you pretty much are good to go. I mean, I've seen that stuff happen tons of times where people hit a deer or call in the officials and then give it to a less fortunate family. Yeah, homeless people.
You're supposed to do, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. I could go for some Venice right now. Some Venice jerky.
Venice Sun, not Venice.
Venice Sun jerky.
Venice is in Italy.
Venice, I could go for
Venice
that too,
Sun is what you eat.
I could go for that too. So Tim, how is Tim's week going?
I don't know. It's been pretty much a blur. I can't believe we already made it to Wednesday. No, it's been pretty good. We're staying busy at the office, and that's good news. That's job security, so I'll take that any day of the week. Other than that, new news for Tim. I'm gonna
getting married.
I'm getting a roommate in February. That'll be new for me. I haven't had a roommate. Well, unless you consider my exes a roommate. They pretty much were. They pretty much were roommates at one point. At one point, it was just like roommates, but I like an official one. And then John wanted me to do a review for everybody, but you can't see it on the screen. But I was absolutely stoked this week because I had found a company last year online. Because this room that I'm in, I kind of turned it into my little man cave, whatever you want to call it. There's all that crap behind me. That's not just for streaming. That's like my nightly. This is my nightly backdrop, right? So
it's
this
your
room,
mood setter. Your mood setter.
Yeah. It's like my total chill room. It's my decompression area, or whatever. And so I'm a fan of fantasy and medieval, and not Harry Potter angle, but more like Lord of the Rings type stuff. And so I kind of put a lot of my dragon stuff in here, and I've always wanted to have kind of like I don't want to call it like an official apothecary kind of setup, but like kind of like a Merlin table, like an alchemist table and stuff like that. So I haven't really been able to graduate to that, but I found this company that does plasma globes. Everybody knows what a plasma globe is, right? Because you've probably had one as a kid. So, and you can get them on Amazon for about 25 or $30. The ones that come from China and stuff like that. And it's not a knock. I mean, they work. They're plasma globes. They typically only come in one color mixture, which is like that Tyrian purple, purple and pink at the edges. And I found this company called Aurora Plasma Design. So plug to them if you want to go check them out. Aurora Plasma Design in Canada. And they make museum-sized and high-quality plasma globes with different varying gas mixtures that put off different color sets. So they have several, and I ended up picking one called Genesis, which is green. The main tendrils come out green, and then it has red at the end, and then if you touch the globe, you'll get blues and stuff. But when I wanted to buy one, they were more expensive than the ones you could buy online. So I reached out to him and I asked him a bunch of questions and stuff like that. And he's like, hey, look, I'm just going to be honest with you. He said, if you're going to buy one of these, he said, the only upgrade you're going to get with the ones that we sell now in this size, because they sell 15-inch ones. I mean, like they're big. Yeah, they're bigger than two people's heads, and they're awesome. But they're like $600. I can't afford that. So they have an 8-inch version, and they were like in the $50-$60 range. He said, look, I'm going to be honest. The technology, the glass and the gas mixtures in these are about the same as what you're going to be able to get on Amazon. There are some upgrades in some of our electronics and the base, but he's like, hold on, just wait until like summertime, and then we got a new one coming out that's smaller, that's using the same level shit as the pro ones, the museum level ones. Summer came, they didn't have them. He said, wait till fall. I waited till fall, they didn't happen. Finally, this Christmas, they put out an email like a week before Christmas that they were just getting ready to release the new ones. So you want me to share it? I have video of it. You guys want to see it? So I bought an 8-inch one. It's Genesis. It's a Genesis color, and then I got this thing called a plasma wand, which is basically a big long glass tube with like a bulb on the end of it, and it has neon gas in it. So when you touch the globe with the plasma wand, it lights up. So
is this a video of you casting a spell with it, or
I guess if you guys want to put yourselves in the frame of mind like Merlin. And I'm swirling up some kind of a magic spell to take down Sauron in the fucking mountain. There you go. All right, you guys can
let's be honest. You're casting a love spell to that one girl that it was out of your reach. Just tell them that. No. She will be mine.
Okay, you hold on. Wait. I gotta find the video.
Scary at all.
It's gonna be Tim in a black robe, hooded, standing in front of a ball, chanting something in Latin. That's what
Oh wait, I gotta share sound. Hold on, I gotta share sound. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm basically there.
You should highlight Paul's comment.
All right, there. Okay, so that's my little table, and then here's the plasma wand. Here's the plasma wand down here on the bottom. All right, there's music, so right. I just tried to give it some ambiance with the video. But you can see it's different than all the standard ones you get online. It just has cooler colors and shit. I think it's awesome. But yeah, once you take the wand away, the neon gas stops, and then you touch it again, and it lights back up. So I don't know. I guess you do that for an hour and feel good about yourself. I'm not quite sure what you're supposed to do. Just look cool. So I'm like, I'm buying one.
I'm buying it.
All right, there you go. That was my big buy. That was my big buy of the week. So thank you very much. Really, I know. Yeah, and I have a little baby one upstairs, and it still works. Yeah. I mean, but I missed this comment. I'll read it in the comments.
Oh, I love it.
You would. You may have thought that. Well, John played it up though. Like he turned it into some kind of John turned it into the penthouse
I had to add
story
some sex
section.
appeal to it. I mean, did she fall in love with you in the end?
I thought we had this conversation last week that we don't need to sell things with sex appeal in order to sell things. You just did everything that you said you were against last week. So you failed the show. You're in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
I had to put the penthouse spin on it, like those letters that you read on the I love walking on the beach, sunsets, Cabana Boys, all that stuff.
Sure.
I had to add all that. All right, let's say hello to Mr. Paul. Paul, welcome back. Welcome to the show, I should say.
G'day, dickheads.
Hey, dickheads.
An Aussie's in the house when they show up like that.
Yeah. How is Mr. Paul's week going, buddy?
So far, so good. But can someone come over here and help me with paperwork, please?
Oh, too much.
Oh, I can't handle it.
It's
doing my head in now. It
would cost you 3 times as much for us to come over there and do your paperwork.
Yeah.
Then it would hire
it'd be more fun. You can come over here and get a suntan at the moment and drink beer and barbecue because it's summer. Because it's summer.
Yeah, and you can promise me that I won't get bit by anything that'll kill me in that time period.
Man.
All right. As long as you can promise me that, I'm there.
Don't worry about getting bitten by things.
All right.
Huntsman spiders.
They're nothing.
Nothing.
Huntsmen are cool.
Dude, pest control has to be like the #1 company to own and run in Australia. It's got to be a booming business.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Yeah.
Probably another one that no one ever thinks about is those portable toilets.
Oh yeah, portable potties.
Yeah, that's big business here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to come to Australia and open up a pest control company.
I'll work there. I'll do it.
Yeah, we're going to work there.
I'd
wrestle up some snakes.
I'd fucking love it.
Yeah, well,
I mean, granted, I'm sure Wisconsin. I'm sure through like the DNR, like they have, like various pest controls. I'm sure, there's like private companies here too. But like, I mean, the worst thing around here that I'd probably have to deal with would be like
Tom Hardy.
Rat snake.
What?
Tom. Well, he's about like 45
one big animal.
Yeah. Maybe a couple hours away from me. Maybe.
Can you imagine bagging a Tom?
Huh?
Can you imagine having to bag a Tom?
No.
Like they do those snakes. Get in the bag, Tom. Get in the bag.
Little snake hook.
Here's a vaping question.
Where?
Right there. I just put it up. Jeffrey Campanozzi wants to know what's the best innovation in the vape world product-wise. Not a pod. I would say, if you ask me personally, I would probably say any one of the AIOs that's using the Boros nowadays, just because you have so much flexibility, Jeff. Like the Abyss, there's a couple others that are the billet box, but that's pricey. If you're on the cheaper side of things, the Abyss is very affordable. Comes with a built-in tank and the Boros system, so basically you can use stock pre-made coils like Smock coils, Caliburn coils, the Nautilus coils. You can use those in the Boros. They have adapters for them, and then you can get the RBA section. So you can install your own coil in the factory tank that comes with it. You can also get the side-by-side kit set up for it, and then you can put your own MTL, RTA on it, or a standard DTL or whatever. I think it's an 80-watt device, single 18650 or 21700, depending on the adapter that you get for it. So I would say, innovation-wise, absolutely something that gives you a lot more options than, say, like one or two.
Damn, how much coffee did you drink today?
I'm still you know what?
You are wired,
the reality is I had probably about 4 really kind of bigger coffees, but like now at the house I haven't bought Keurig in a while. I got the little Nespresso little cappuccino pod things. I mean, they're like that big and they pack a punch.
Yeah, they do. I could tell, dude. You are just like 1,000 words a second, brother. Man, I was just like listening to you going.
Did you get all that, Jeff? Did you get
Yeah.
all that? If you didn't, I'll be happy to explain it or give you a link. Privately, or whatever.
The Pulse AIO too is out there.
Yeah, that's
if you
what
want
I'm
to go
waiting
the cheaper
on.
one.
No, I want one of them. I think.
What is it? What have you been seeing as far as price wise? I can't get a fixed price on that device. It is like up and down all over the place. It's
all over actually. I've seen anywhere between $50 and $90.
Yeah,
that's a huge bracket.
Yeah. Is there two kits to that out there, or is it just one kit that comes with everything? Because it almost sounds like there's two kits out there that comes with some more stuff, or then the maybe I'm hearing it wrong, but I think I thought I know one kit comes with the RBA section, and then it comes also with the coil kit part of it, tanking it. And then the door and all that other stuff. But for some reason, I thought maybe there was another kit that came with a different burrow for it as well. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing it wrong.
No, but I know that the modders have already started building panels for it.
Yeah.
It's already on.
Yeah.
Like, I saw one the other day. Yeah. It was a blue body, and someone had already knocked up wooden panels for it, and I was like,
yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the wooden doors on there. Everybody reviewed it here this week. I think every channel had it on there. I think Grim did his, Indoor Smoker did his, Matt did his as well.
Yep.
Everybody gave it a pretty good review. Everyone,
we would do more of that, but we just don't get the freebies. We don't get the freebies, so
we're working on that.
We'd have to buy everything that you guys would want to hear about, and we would be broke. We would basically turn this into a busker show, where we would have a Patreon link at the bottom, and we would be singing horrible versions of all your favorite folk songs to make money.
Kumbaya, my lord.
There you go.
Kumbaya.
That's the only folk song he could think of.
That's it. That's the only one that came to mind.
Because I have no clue what, I mean, granted, I'm also kind of car poor right now, so it's not as if I even really have the money to even. So in some ways, I feel like, well, maybe I shouldn't even be tempted to even go and look at it. But
have you vaped in your new car yet, Morgan?
Only like once or twice, but I roll like
she rolls a window.
I cracked the window too.
Rolls a spliff. She rolls spliffs in there. And rolls them.
Wisconsin mountain.
Yeah, I won't vape in the car, but I'll get baked as hell. I'll roll a dude.
No, there was somebody. Speaking of that, so I work at a restaurant, right? As a server.
Yep. She's rolling spliffs.
No, these two people come in and, they're ordering to go, right? And so they're up there and now granted, the smell of weed doesn't bother me, but it's also not like very pleasant.
It's not pleasant
either. Right. And oh my God, these two people standing there, I was like, agonizing over how. Now granted, my boss can make the sushi like pretty fast, so granted, I mean, they weren't there that long, but it felt like it was taking forever, because it was like
Paul's about to roll one up right now.
Like, please,
no bong hits on the show, Paul. No bong hits on the show.
The smell was so bad.
It is. I actually told the kid in front of me to please step about 6 more feet away from me, because I felt like I was getting high standing next to him. I swear to God, dude. I was like, dude, you reek. Can you please move up about 6 feet? I was like, shit, I'm getting high standing next to you.
Like, I got no problem if if you do whatever, but it's like, man, the smell is just.
What's that saying? Smoke them if you got them, right? Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this unboxing. I'm gonna switch. How do I do this here? All right, hold on, peoples. Hold on, peoples. I'll make it big.
There you go.
There you go. Before I do that, I got to play the bumper.
Isn't that something that gets stuck in your head from watching TikTok for like 10 minutes? Do it big or whatever.
That is the bumper. I got to clean
I
that
hate
up.
the fact that we're limited to 10 seconds on shit. Have you fixed my song yet?
It's on the list. It's on the list. I swear to God. Tim.
Really? Come on, man.
All right, let me get into this. This is how it comes. And this is how it's coming now. So
Yeah, they do. They come in this nondescript white polyethylene.
And they are
now.
taping the literal shit out of this box now.
That's good, though.
Yeah, I like it.
Not a bad thing.
Someone stole my knife. Every time I need my knife, I can't find it. So I'm cutting away from me. Remember that. I remember that.
All right, safety first.
You got scissors. You need a knife.
I have a knife. I don't know where it is. It disappeared. It disappeared. It was
he'll,
sitting right.
He'll find it. He'll find it 2 minutes after the show's over.
Exactly. Thank you, Tim. Exactly.
It's in your pocket.
It's in my cock.
Sub Costello.
Pocket.
Oh, pocket.
I didn't see modern at first. Hey, what's up, dude?
And Tim is going to name these bottles because I can't see them.
Vape Juice 1.
Oh,
Vape Juice 2.
No menu. I think they're still working on the menu.
No, it's okay. I think I know the first one on the left.
Yeah,
I know I know the first one on the left. That's Northern Lights Ice. Or that's Bomb Ice. Sorry, they're from the same company.
Yeah,
Kiwi Strawberry.
Skywalker.
Kiwi,
that's cool.
Skywalker.
Kiwi Lychee.
I can't read font 2. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't tell you what that is. They are working on the new menu, but they have to make it. What do you call it?
On the side, John. Is it on the side?
He can't read it.
I can't see it because it's super small on my screen. So
hold it up. It's that. Wait. Turn it a little bit more.
Right there. There it is. Island Dream.
Yeah.
Island Dream.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's super small on my end, guys.
Do we know what the flavor profiles of these things are? Raspberry, lemonade, Italian ice. That sounds pretty good.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Raspberry lemonade for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, who's out there? Daniel.
Leanna's there.
Hello,
Daniel in the house. Pucker. Peach Pucker. All right, so a sour peach. Cool. Right on.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, they had to do something with the menu to make it.
It's Full Metal Jacket right here. It's Full Metal Jacket, but I can see it. Oh, hell. Does it say player? Does it say player? I can't read that one.
Yeah, I can't. That's one of those one fonts. Yeah, they're working on the menu to make them certified for vaping now. I forget what the new rules and regulations.
COAs.
Sure.
You can't have
another peach pucker. He got two peach puckers. He's got 60 mils of two peach puckers.
I asked for that baby too because that's one of my favorites.
All right, what else we got here? Vape City Juice.
Melrose.
I have no idea what that one is. You guys can Google all this on the ZampleBox
page. Yeah, you can
page.
Google it.
Google it on the ZampleBox. Google it on the ZampleBox page.
Vapecraft.
I can't. Iced and fuzzy.
Ice and fuzzy.
So probably a citrusy thing going on.
No, a peach or another peach of some description. Fuzzy peach.
Is that mango freeze? Bam! Market freeze. Mango freeze right there. Yeah. I know that one. I had that one a billion times.
Yeah, I like that one.
What else is he?
All right. I feel like he's going to find a rabbit here in a few seconds. Hold on one second.
Beverly. They've got.
I don't know what the profile is on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be getting the menus back here shortly as soon as they figure it all out.
That's raspberry. That's Risk. That's pink lemonade. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the thing is you can't have a picture of a mod on it any longer.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things they had to remove.
Yeah, devices and the nicotine
effing regulator. Hold on, lift her up. Focus. Strawberry something.
Focus, son of a bitch.
Strawberry man apple. Oh, what does that say? Strawberry man
apple. That is one. That's
strawberry,
it. That's the box.
Strawberry and gonads. What is that? I couldn't.
That is my box for the month of January. Yeah, I think they had to take. I think they even took the. That's why we're not getting stickers right now.
Yeah. And John wants to do watch reviews next.
Okay, for all you people with OCD, for all you people with OCD, here we go.
What is it?
Go ahead.
Victor.
Invicta.
Yeah, Invicta. I know
All
them.
right.
My
Don't let your
favorite
OCD
brand.
get the best of you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh shit!
Holy crap.
That
I think
is
No, I
everybody's
got
OCD
stickers
just
with my
went through the
box.
roof.
beautiful. Look at that beautiful bezel.
All
That
right,
is
folks,
my
there you go.
January box. Yeah, see, this is the old
Yeah,
sticker.
it's
These are the old stickers.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
But
that one.
you can't do these no more. No more
No,
mods, pictures of
it has to
mods.
do with the mod. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. It's just the mod. The bottles, pictures of juice are fine. You just can't have a picture of a mod, right?
Funny is
Or
you can't have a
device.
picture of a mod, but you can show juice, which is the thing that they're going after the hardest.
Yes. Yes.
It's
That's it.
unbelievable.
I don't have anything else to show you guys as of yet. I will be getting some Hell Vape stuff in, so we will be doing some reviews of some Hell Vape products when it gets here from China. Let me switch this camera off, remove,
And I'll be reviewing some stuff from Yeehee as soon as it arrives.
nice.
I have a couple of
mini.
things I can share, vaping related.
Share, Timmy.
Okay, so this is
I've got
visual
no
share.
new toys.
Yeah, so I got myself 13 feet cotton. So if you guys are looking for cotton, you can go out on Amazon. It's cheap. I got the 4-pack of 13 feet for I think $11. So anybody that wants to argue, you can fight me. I don't care. And wants to argue about ratios and how installing your own coils and wicking your own addies and stuff. $11, and I got, what is that? 13 times 4. That's what, 52 feet of cotton, right there for $11.
Quick
You're good,
question
and it look, yeah.
So speaking of wicking and stuff, okay. So with your RTAs and RDAs, do you guys also have like a slight delay when you hit the fire button and when it actually starts to
Well, that can be a couple things. That can be the mod itself and the chipset. Sometimes the chipsets aren't as quick, and so they're a little slow to ramp up. That depends on the device. So, I mean, that's why people rant and rave about the DNA chip or rant and rave about the Yeehee chip, and even some of the newer ones that are coming out now, like the Genesis chip and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've improved those those fire response times, so it should be pretty quick. The only other thing that I would say that would slow the whole entire process down is if you have like a really heavy gauged multi-core Canthal type coil. Like I bought these coils from Demon Killer. It was called the Violence series or whatever, Violent whatever. And I was like so excited for them because it had juggernauts in it and it had all tiger coil. It had all this cool shit in it. And they made it out of like this real heavy gauge, pure Canthal wire complex coils. And they were the slowest things to ramp up that I've ever had. It made my Wismec feel like it was going to explode in my hand. It got so warm.
Also check your mod, Morgan. Make sure you are set on, because some mods will give you an option to change the way how it fires, soft, hard. Make sure
how would I
there's
change that?
if it would be in the menu.
It'll
play with it.
Yeah, you'll have to. Yeah, he's right. So some people want like and some people like a fast ramp up and then it kind of taper off. So most mods now will have 3 fire settings. There'll be soft, normal, hard, or heavy, or whatever. That'll ramp it up faster. And then my other ad hoc purchase, which I'm on the hunt for a mod, which I think I found one. I'll talk about that one as well. We can share that one. I'll share that one. I ended up, and I was looking for this for like 4 months. I couldn't find one to save my life because as soon as they were in stock, they would go out. But I ended up buying the 30 millimeter Valkyrie RTA. Which is it's a tight look. It's from Vapor's Cloud. I haven't been able to try it yet, but everybody says it's an amazing RTA. But it's basically the construction on it, the deck on it is just like the Asgard RDA, but in an RTA format, 30 millimeter. So I need a mod that can fit a 30 millimeter. Now, here's the other nice part about this. This kit comes with an adapter lower deck plate. Yep. So if you have a mod that can't take a 30 millimeter based RTA like this with the flat kind of squared off bottom, they give you a second 510 lower plate that's tapered. It's probably hard to see, but that it tapers down to 28 millimeters. So if you got a mod that'll take a 28, but you want a 30 millimeter RTA, they give you that lower plate, and the deck adapts to that. So really excited to try that, but I got to get the mod. And the one I'm looking at, and John said, "Oh, that's ugly." John was shooting it down faster than I had a chance to get excited about.
I told you. Remember, I changed my mind on it because I was looking at the older one. Remember?
The older.
Then
one.
I said,
Which one?
"Yeah."
I want the Valerian 3 kit.
Yeah, I remember I was looking at the older one. And
Here, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up on UL's site. So it just dropped. It actually dropped. It was supposed to come out at the end of December. I think it did. I think you mostly can only find it overseas right now, but I think Element's going to bring it into stock. I don't care. It comes with the Valerian tank as well. But I don't want the damn tank because I don't want to have to buy any more coils.
You're getting the tank, damn it.
But here, let me. I'm not. Hold on one second.
China has decided you will get the tank and you will love it.
All right, hold
the
on.
Cyborg takes the 28 and 30. This will carry a 30 on top.
Yeah, this one will definitely fit a 30, no problem. So that's why I want to get this. I just want the mod. There you go.
This will take a 30, but
stop flickering.
The power.
Why is it flickering? Why are you flickering?
Move your mouse over.
Because it's the god of hellfire. That's
there you go. All right. So basically, and it's all about dragons and shit. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, hell yeah, I got to get that. And it's I don't know if they'll show it here. It comes in 3 colors. It comes in black, like a brown, kind of like a leather brown, and a blue. They don't show you a lot of details here, but what you can see is that on the back, it's dual 18650, but it's dragon scaled. So on the back, it's got these cool plates, and then it has an LED light that kind of lights up on the back. Kind of like a drag strip kind of light. It kind of clicks down. It's pretty cool. It's like almost. I wanted it to be breathing, but whatever. But I could give a rat's ass about the damn tank. The tank can.
You're getting the tank, Tim.
Well, the tank is in the kit, but I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it.
Tell him, Paul. Tell him China's sending you that fucking tank. And you're going to enjoy it.
Look at the glass.
Hey, if we have any UL reps watching the show, I'll be more than happy to review this device for you. I'm just throwing it out there. You never know. You never know who's watching. You never know. Yeah, but it's cool looking. I mean, it's got a dragon theme on it. It's kind of hard to see, but there's like a little dragon down there, a little icon at the bottom.
Tim, does it breathe fire, Tim?
If you put it at like 200 watts.
I was just going to say.
Yeah. If you ramp it up to 200.
Put
a coil in there.
Or, exactly. Right. Yeah, or charge it too fast. It'll catch on fire.
Or a dodgy battery rack. Yeah, she'll fire up.
There you go. Yeah, just unwrap all your batteries and put those in there. You'll be fine.
Don't go there.
I got a question for you, Paul. and I don't know if it's possible because I never seen Phil actually do it, but I'm curious, is there a way to actually tell if you're truly getting 100 watts?
Yeah.
With a device.
Phil Basato and Daniel have both done it.
I have never seen him,
they've actually done all the curves.
The curves,
the actual power curves, full power curves.
I was always wondering. I mean, you are limited to what type of battery you have in there.
Correct.
But when I see the 200 and, back, 5 or 6 years ago, we were hitting some crazy, what was it? Wismec was trying to put out that update from 200 to 250, or was it 250 to 300? It was some obscene number. Dude,
well, okay. With the DNA 250 running a LiPo,
yeah,
they have the capability of running up to 400.
Yeah, with a LiPo. Yeah, but not two standard 18650 batteries.
Impossible.
Yeah,
DJ LSD, I call him.
He does it.
Phil Basato does.
Yeah.
He does all the ramp times. and he actually shows, and he was the one that's called out a number of companies now. It was rated at 200.
Yeah.
Even with the best batteries on the planet,
yeah.
he could only push it to 166. That's all he could get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no.
Yeah. I was always wondering that. I always made, might have missed him doing those tests, but I always assumed somebody was out there that was able to actually give you a legit number.
Phil's done it many, many times.
Yeah.
And I actually like when he just runs a base, like a RBA base.
Yeah.
And he'll just run a piece of wire through it, I think it was 24 or 26 gauge, showing the actual ramp up time at the different points. And he said no. A lot of these mods won't do what's specified. Sure, the chipset will do it, but they're plugging it into an actual power supply to do the testing.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And so did Daniel.
Morgan, did you figure it out?
I actually have to change my cotton on mine, so I'm not going to do it right now. Because I'm using my Aegis Solo, and what I'm thinking that I should probably try and do is switch it to my Aegis X and just see if that makes any kind of a difference.
Yeah.
What was the mod you were using when you asked the question?
Is the Aegis? Yeah.
Aegis Solo.
Solo.
Yeah,
that's the one that was
watts.
he said was slow to ramp up.
Yeah, that's the 18650 version.
Well, this also takes 18650s too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But that's dual, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that
Both of these
board
are mine.
has the capability of changing the hit the way the hit.
The board on the smaller one won't. For a simple reason, battery safety. Why go and mess around with it?
All
The single 21700 version, that also has the capability of changing soft, medium, hard.
Okay.
These ones do. Like you can go, what is it? Cool. I think it's cool, normal. Where is it? I'll find it. Yeah, normal.
So I go to power then, or
Yeah, power.
Yeah, but you'd see it though. There'll be like a letter that'll say like what the power level is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's got soft, normal, and hard. I mean, let's see what hard's all. Let's see what hard's all about.
Three questions I tell my.
I'm looking for the manual.
This is the option. Those are the three options I give my girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hard clouds you out.
Medium or hard.
Hard clouds you out. Yeah, that works.
Are there any users out there that have the Aegis Solo? Anybody?
Wait. Okay, so I just went to power. Granted,
yeah.
There you go.
On the screen,
and it's got the gauges there.
It says VPG. So Vamp. Oh shit! There we go. Vamp, and then either VPC or VPG. I can't tell which letter that is.
No,
and then
that doesn't sound
variable power curve. VPC is variable.
No, you don't want to mess with
variable.
The curves.
Yeah, you're on the variable power. Yeah, change that.
Shit! Now I can't get out of here. Oh, here we go. Oh fuck. Fuck. Oh, wait, bypass. No, I don't want to do bypass.
No, not bypass mode.
Hey, Mallory.
Bypass. That'll just hit like a brick.
Yeah, Morgan. No cussing on the show. Come on, be ladylike.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, John.
Fuck that. I'm dating a sailor. Okay. So,
yeah. I know. Bypass is fun mode. Put it on the bypass.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Yeah, that's what I say too. Bypass is always been fun mode.
Stay on task.
Yes.
Wait.
You found it.
So it's just standard, powerful, and soft.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So put it on a higher. You probably were on soft.
Well, I'd have to change my first I have to change the cotton in this. Then I gotta switch it over to this.
Yeah. Well, now you know how to change it.
I'll get up and change my cotton here.
Well, if you put it on bypass mode, it's only going to work. It's only going to give you the wattage necessary for the ohms of your coil, so you'll be safe.
200 watts bypass mode, pretty much. It's whatever's in your battery.
Yeah.
Except you've got the chip to calm it down from not doing stupid shit.
Calm it down.
Yeah, I don't mess with that shit.
Yeah, we want to see you yakking your brains out live during our show.
Yeah,
I remember a long time ago in the group. There had to have been 2-3 years ago. There was some dude in the group that showed up and was asking questions, and he wanted to know what mod he could get that went to 400 watts.
Yeah.
Because he vaped at like 380 watts or some shit like that.
I remember that guy too.
Yeah, and we were like, you mean 38 watts? We were all like, what do you like? All of us look like a bunch of noobs, and he's like, no. He's like, I like a really hot vape, but even still at 380, we were like, we couldn't fathom that. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think I've even gotten close to 150. But you get over 100 on certain coil setups, and it's hot. Like, you can't pull on it for more than like half a second.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I mean, maybe when I first started, I enjoyed that boom, hit me now, babe.
Yeah.
But now it's just like we're all at that stage. I want to taste my juice. I want to taste it. I don't want this. I don't want to taste burnt cotton. I don't want to, taste metals. I don't want to taste anything else that's on there. I want to taste my juice, and I want it to be pleasant. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I never got any enjoyment from hitting a vape. And Daniel's a high wattage vapor. Yeah, Daniel, you're over 100 like every time. Right? See, he's like, I'm vaping 200 watts right now, but I guarantee you 200 watts for Daniel, whatever coil he's got in there, is a pretty cool vape. It's not going to be a super hot vape.
I like that.
But see, he goes, I'm vaping 200 watts right now. I either vape that high or 30 to 50 watts. So that's his low ball. I'm all over that. 200 to 250 is kinky.
Yeah.
That's Daniel's kink. He when he's feeling squirrely, he ramps it up to 250.
I don't even know if I would want that first thing in the morning either, man. I'd rather grab 25 or 50 milligram Nick salt and do that up than try to inhale, 200 watts.
Daniel's telling us here now that he likes to back one out and vape lava. So,
Now, Bill, this guy swears up and down it was power mode. Whoa, he was just straight vaping at 380, and he wanted 400. And I think the only one that we had for him that we could recommend at the time that anybody knew was like the Lysimo F4.
Yeah.
That does go to 400 on the screen, but I don't know if it really does 400 output.
No.
No. I think I told him that he could hook up his mod to a car battery with some jumper cables.
Probably. Lipos can get there, right? If you need to do a lipo mod, you can get there.
Or he could go grab Phil's Pissardo's Vape something 2000 thing. That kit.
Oh, that's epic. That is epic.
That's got.
Daniel, are you serious right now? Are you really? You vaped an oven? Come on, bro. 750 watts. What'd you do? What were you vaping? A V8 Hemi motor?
Oh, shit.
What were you vaping at 750?
Did you just put the bottle? Did you just connect the bottle of juice to the RDA or what? So you made sure.
No, you can actually do it. You could do that with a 6 or 8 battery, like 21700 parallel box. Yeah,
a parallel box.
Big parallel boxes like that. Yeah, hell yeah, you could go that high. But yeah, that's a bit. Yeah.
Stick your close in the wall socket. Lick the liquid off.
Yeah, 30 mils.
I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that.
Just put your finger on the squonk bottle and hold it the whole time you're hitting the fire button, because I guarantee you that thing goes dry. Ugh, God,
well, I couldn't do that.
Tim, you've got those big, what do you call them? Not the Voltrovs, but you've got those industrial sized tanks, haven't you?
What do you mean?
Like anything over anything over 28 mil that holds.
Yeah, I've got the
gallons.
Aromomizer 41 millimeter.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one I was trying to think of. Yeah.
That sits on the PWM. Yeah, that sits on the PWM kit.
Yeah, you'd have to have something like that. I mean, you'd have to have a flow of consistent 30 mils of juice to use that device.
Yeah, it's hard, man. You fill that thing up. I think it's a 30 mil tank.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. You sit there forever filling that son of a bitch up, and it just never. It's like it's real slow drain. No. That's a lot of juice to be holding in a tank. We call it the water cooler. That's our nickname for it.
Too much. Way too much.
It's pretty nuts.
The Voopoo Drag Max.
What?
So will you get the best flavor from the Voopoo Drag Max? A lot of people love the Voopoo Drag line. I never owned one of those at all. I won't say I didn't, because remember when all the propaganda came out and everybody was breaking all their Voopoo mods? Yeah. Or the boycott happened or whatever it was. The Tony B fallout kind of thing. Everybody's had a lot of good things to say about the Voopoo drag line, and I never bought one. I think for me the reason why is because around the time after like the original Voopoo drag and then the drag 2 and the drag 3, then they started coming out with all the little smaller variations like the drag max and all that other stuff, and I was like, I've already bought so many devices that kind of look a lot like it. Like I have the Lost Vape Groose. I had what was the other thing? I can't remember what it is now. It's not important. The point is I'm like, I just don't want to buy another device that's kind of like the other one that I have. I mean, like, what's the point in buying like a mirror copy?
I like their little one. I like that little one they came out with. I thought it had a lot of style for a single 18650 that they came out with. I don't know if they called it the mini or not, but it was a little tiny one that they came out that was shaped like.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
I thought it was kind of a cool little device for your pocket, But
the Drag Mini.
It was called? It was the Drag Mini. Yeah, I thought it was it was nice because it was a smaller form factor. I think I was like Tim, but I just got to the point where I didn't want something that was boxy anymore. I wanted something that just fit in my hand a little better than that box feeling that you get from most of the stuff that's out there. But yeah, I don't own a Voopoo anything.
Oh, okay. There's one for you. Zobo's saying he's using an old EV VCC Mini. Yeah, Arctic Fox firmware. When that was the first chip that you could really go to town on and modify the actual programming of the board. Yeah. And they still stand up today. I've still got 4 or 5 of them laying around in pieces. I just want to rip the boards out and put them in a really nice enclosure. They had a brilliant screen. They had a very... Actually, I'm going to find one.
Are those sites still out there? I really never looked around for the sites that sold the boards and the 510s and the battery sleds. So is that still
I never
kind
had
of
the
a
Moxie
thing?
for that.
The DIY sites where you could buy the battery sleds, the 510s, and
they're still out there.
Yeah. Because that was big, like 8-9 years ago. I almost got into that whole thing, and I started pricing it out, and I was going, well, this is hella cheaper than buying a mod. But then, I'm like, do I have the talent necessary to put this thing together? Because it is kind of dangerous,
No, it's dead easy. Who was it? There was a company. It'll come to me in a minute, but. Yeah, there's still modding companies out there. Yeah, that's not an issue. Let's see if this bugger will still fire up.
Do you like how I'm re-wicking, during the show?
Oh wow, there it still fires up.
Oh yeah, I like that screen too. I did like that screen.
That's the screen that I've always loved.
Yeah,
always loved.
Yeah.
Wow, it still works.
It's magic.
It's magic.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that people still kind of flock to I wouldn't say maybe more obscure devices, but maybe something that's a little bit older, but was really trusty. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, had I not finally kind of broken through my kind of stance that I wanted a mod to always sort of look and feel the same. I always loved my Wismex. I know a lot of people had problems with the Wismex and stuff, and I heard people complain about them all the time. I thought those things were like, I thought they were like Mack trucks. Like I've dropped them before, literally, had had them feel like it was going to explode on me, but it always held together. I mean, they've always
there
been
it
solid.
is. Yeah, very cheap. That's who I was trying to think of.
Yeah. So you could buy an authentic Yeehee chip for $45.
Yeah, that's the SX475.
Yeah.
They're beautiful chips.
Yeah.
The one next to it, the 480J, right, the 75 watt color display, they're brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Doesn't look complicated.
In dual battery mode, that actually goes up to, I think it's 100 or 150 watts. But the kits that these guys have got, very cheap. I couldn't even remember the name of the company. Scroll back up a bit. For 130, the Renegade.
Yeah.
They're beautiful boxes. They were based off the original 350J V2 from SX Mini.
Oh, okay.
It's an alloy box, dual 18650. Like, you can have them put together by these guys, ready built, or a kit.
That's not bad looking.
I'd probably get the pre-built version.
Yeah, you and me both.
But the part that I loved about them, I had one of them at one stage, and the 510 is actually centered. It was centered on the actual box. I loved that idea. When they're offset to each side, it pisses me off.
Yeah, it's not a bad looking box, to be honest.
I
like the curve.
Yeah.
I like this. I like
the
BB
buttons.
The BB buttons. Yeah. They're more tactile. I like that tick, click, click, click. Not to where that what we have today. It just doesn't feel like I hit it. I want to feel it when I'm pressing that button in. That I hear that tactile click.
Yeah, and the MyTac switch, like the actual firing switch. Genius. And they've actually got a software suite from Yeehee that you can download.
This is ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Vape ready. Yeah. So for 130, that's not bad. And you're getting a very good chip. So
yeah, exactly.
What is that though? Does it say the diameters? Is that going to be a 25 millimeter maybe tops?
They never tell you. You gotta watch a review.
I'm gonna think 25.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah. But they're very well built. That was the thing about them. Yeah, 350J V2.
Yeah. Joules. I remember when everybody got thrown off.
Yeah,
fucking Joules.
No, I vape Joules on my Yeehee. On my Fisher's Hands, I still run my Yeehees in Joules.
Yeah, it's not much far off of your wattage. So.
Yeah, everyone just got thrown off with the word Joules. They're like, "What the hell's Joules?"
I had to I had to figure it out when I got my first mod with that on. I'm like, "What the hell is a Joule?"
So you can buy the charging board. You can buy everything on here.
Balance charging. Yeah.
Yeah. See, you can get a drill bit too. 9.5 millimeter HS drill bit.
High speed steel.
You might need one of that. It's only $9. What a steal!
Yeah. Here's your buttons. You got your buttons. I'll put the link to this if you guys, anybody's out there that's interested. I'll put it in the chat, and you guys can, if you want to build your own mod.
Might come down to that for very long.
Exactly.
We may have to go to that. You may have to order the parts and have your nerdy neighbor build it for you.
Yeah, there's your battery sleds.
Yep. Yeah, the sleds.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys were doing the battery sleds that were 3D printing them. And you could buy the plans for it, and then just program it into the whatever the software, and they print
there's a little Yeehee switch.
Yeah, and you get
a little ball switch.
Yeah,
I forget. I forget, was it Mac Daddy? What was the top of the line 510 adapter? It was Big Daddy or Fat Daddy.
Fat Daddy was one of them, but then
Fat
you've
Daddy.
got, but then you've got the
Oh, they made
then
the
you've
best
got the guys
510
over in the UK. Oh, Fat Daddy was one of the best ones, but
yeah,
the really high end components are all out of Europe. There's another one over in the UK that does this type of stuff as well. But
I was looking for
terminals.
Brass contact stuff. I guess you could just or buy some brass and cut it if you were making something,
No, buy silver.
Something
Way
like
better.
if you're making something like, oh, you can't see it. There's no use doing it.
Way better.
Yeah. No, I remember all this stuff. I was gonna get into it, but then I just, I'm not one of those guys that's good with soldering shit. I didn't want to solder stuff.
Oh wow.
I don't have a soldering game.
I don't have a soldering game either.
Really?
No. Maybe in like 7th or 8th grade when I can see that shit, in school when you had that soldering class.
Well, you buy yourself a loop so you can see what you're doing.
No,
I can see it. I just can't really do it. Like the closest I ever got to having to start doing it was when I was really heavy into the RC thing. And we would go, and rather than buy like the pre-made battery packs, but like this is before they were using a lot of the LiPo stuff that they've got out now. But we were using standard NIMH cell batteries, and you'd have to do like a 6-pack series or something, and then have the little jumpers that went from lead to lead. And I just with the flux and all that stuff, I never could get it right. So I would just find people that knew how to do that stuff and have them solder.
You don't need to do that anymore because the flux core,
yeah, I just see myself having this big blob of solder on this little thing that I didn't need that much solder on it.
Well, for me, it was always not enough or too much. You know what I mean? Like I never could find like the sweet spot to make it do what I wanted it to do. And it was either like the iron wasn't hot enough, so it wasn't melting at the right temperature, and then you crank up the power on it, and all of a sudden, like you'd pull off a stretch of soldering wire, a couple inches long, 3 inches long, and then you go down there to touch it, then all of a sudden, like the damn thing would melt all the way up to your finger, and I'm like, okay, this isn't going how I planned. So
are you guys talking tobacco flavors? If you guys
they are.
Tobacco,
they're all about the tobaccos.
If you're talking about tobacco flavors, you got to go here, guys. I mean, I know you're going to pay a little more, but that's where you need to go. You want a
legacy collection.
If you truly, why is this up here? Go away. And I will link them to the page. So who was it? Yeah.
We'll have to get Jay. We'll have to get Jay on the show.
What's that?
He'd be a cool person to talk to.
We'll have to get Jay on the show.
Get him on the show.
All right. J Love, calling J Love.
J Bo or J Lo?
J Love.
J Love. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'd like to, I've read up on their, their brewing, their mixing process and their steeping process and their lot process and the barrels and all that 9 yards.
Yep.
A very unique company in terms of how, and I'll be honest, I mean, I've said it a million times on the show, like, I bought their little sampler eons ago when you could buy the sampler, but you got like 6 little 10 mil bottles in one of their little cardboard tubes. And I got that, and I found Grandmaster, and I'm like, that's all she wrote. It was the best e-liquid I had ever tasted. And still to this day, I love it, but it was just always so expensive.
I haven't heard anything about them. They haven't, did they?
Grandmaster.
I'm sure they've gone through the process and stuff like that, but I'm kind of curious if they received any letters back from.
Well, clearly, they haven't.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really kind of freely do this unless you still have an active PMTA.
Yeah, they still have an active
PMTA. They were one of the first companies to actually switch to synthetic nicotine.
Yeah. Ooh, that
got ahead of the curve.
That Havana sounds good too.
It is.
Yeah, they had. I liked it when they diversified and they had the different lines that came out.
I have to admit, I did have a cigar a couple days ago. I apologize.
Oh, what?
I apologize.
Well, that doesn't cancel the
No, I know. I haven't touched a
decades of
cigarette in 10
smoking.
years. Yeah, I haven't touched a
Yeah.
cigarette in
I
over
think
10 years.
I think a cigar kind of changes the game a little bit because you're not inhaling it the same way, and you're only smoking a cigar like once every blue moon every few months or something.
After Thanksgiving dinner, after Christmas dinner, and when there's a baby born in my family. That's what
right. So what I'm saying is like that's so infrequent. It doesn't count.
Yeah. It got me. I probably wouldn't have smoked it if I hadn't have smelt it. But once I put it up to my nose and I smelt it, I was like, all right, I got to light this. I got to light it. I was
Let's
like,
light
God
that candle. Hell yeah. But no, I'll reach out to.
I would like to say that. I would like to say that, but I think I think it's 10 times worse on your gums, though, isn't it? A cigar. You don't inhale.
Well, it's not your gums as much as it is like your tongue and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, because I mean, cigar smoking is basically MTL smoke. You're just putting it in your mouth and then you're puffing it back out.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So you get all that tobacco juice and stuff down in there. So yeah, your gums a little bit, but I think it's more your tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big cigar smoker, so
I am not either. But if just smell, I shouldn't have smelt it. That's where I screwed up. It's like,
I don't have a problem with the smell of cigars. It's just like we'll go over to our friend's house. They live over in Johns Creek, and he has this wine cellar that you would just be blown away by, and then he's got a humidor down there too, and like a full size like walk-in like human being humidor, and he just yeah, and he not like some people just have like the little box and shit. No, I mean he's got like his is like walking into a case, like the beer case at the 7-Eleven, and you go in and he's got all of these amazing cigars, and then of course like his low ball ones are like ones that we'd be like, I'm not paying $30 for a cigar, but like he'll pull them out. And like after dinner, like for a holiday, we'll go out on his deck, and then he'll give, me one and my buddy one, and then he'll smoke one. Now, and Keith is a regular cigar smoker. He's more, he's more cognac and cigar kind of guy. You know what I mean? Doug and I are we're like weekend warrior kind of cigar smokers. So, and those damn things are like, that long. They got to be at least like 6 inches long. They're fat. They're like as fat as a kielbasa, and it's like you're like, and it just takes forever for it to like burn down. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna get through this whole damn thing, and I feel bad because by the time it's time to go, you still got half of it left, and I'm like, I'm not taking it in the car with me. It's going in the ashtray. So I feel bad that you almost waste a nice $30 cigar.
That's when you clip it. You clip it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you can I'll mail you the roach. How about that?
No, the roach, the cigar roach, the $30 cigar roach.
Yeah.
You're right. Nice you're in the cupboard.
Now, to me, when it was the fact that when I put it to my nose, it had that caramel, it had that tobacco, it had that nutty smell to it, and it just smelled so friggin' good. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So
I think though, if I had my way though, if cigars were around here, I just wouldn't want them in the house. It's okay, like out back, in an air, place that can air out a little bit. But when people have them in a house and they start puffing on them, my dad was a pipe smoker.
Yeah.
So he always had a pipe in his mouth, But my dad worked for a tobacco company when we were growing up as kids, and he and he had all kinds of cherry tobaccos and all these kind of loose tobaccos all the time, and I enjoyed the smell of the pipe tobacco. I always thought that smelled really good, but I just never got into pipes either. So
I just want to like put on this big fluffy sweater, sit next to a fireplace, have my glass of cognac right there, and that cigar, that cherry smell. Just go back in time.
No, you want to be Hugh Hefner, is what you want.
I want that Sherlock Holmes pipe. I want that lengthy, long Sherlock. I want to hold it like this.
But you know what was cool is, and I never bought one, and I probably should before, you can't anymore. But you could get like the e-pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there were places online you could go and buy like the different pipe stems, and you could get like the cool ass kind of like Sherlock Holmes ones and the Gandalfy kind of really long ones and stuff. And it's got the little fire button like on top of the pipe, and basically it's like a little like Nautilus tank or something.
That's
like,
all they are is the Spire Nautilus tanks.
Yeah, just right in the middle of the stem, and you put whatever e-liquid you want in it. And they looked like they were fun, and I should have bought one, but I never. Like the E3000, I think that was one that I saw all the time. There's a few kits out there if you look them up. Oh, hey, we got one of the bots.
I got rid of them.
All right, cool.
Apologize. I'll show you. I'll have to show you something.
Apologize for that idiot.
Yeah, apologize for the bot idiot that jumped in.
I'm going to have to show you a company. These guys are here in Australia, made from Australian hardwoods and things like that. I'm going to share a screen.
I think it's cool. I like the idea of being able to take vaping to like a little bit more of an eclectic look. A little bit more, smoking jacket and house slipper kind of vibe.
And then listen to some what was it? It was famous music back then. Was
Can you share it, Paul? You need me to share?
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I got you. All
right, cool.
Yeah, check this out.
Yeah, see, look at those. Those are cool as shit, aren't they? Look at that, guys.
I'll stab wood.
What are we looking at paying for something like that? Though? I mean, shipping from Australia is insane anyway. But like, what's the pipe cost? Do they say?
Not cheap. Almost $1,000 Australian dollars.
And what's the conversion on that, Paul?
$1 million.
Around 600.
Ooh, boy, no. There's like an E3000 or an E1000 kit out there you can buy. That's like 65, 70 bucks.
From what was the Chinese site, Alibaba? You can get one in
Come
Alibaba
on, man.
for
Look at this.
That is fucking nice. That is nice.
Seriously.
I like how they hid the tank too. So you still kind of see the tank, so you can still kind of see if you have liquid in there, but it's hidden enough to where it's, it looks like you're using a regular pipe.
I love these ones though. These are just out of control.
Oh wow.
No, those are amazing. I mean, they're amazing custom e-pipes. They're amazing, but I mean, a lot of us are on vape budget hands there, Paul. That thing looks like a mead.
Oh,
horn.
look at that killer button, though, Tim.
Yeah.
For the button.
No, dude. They're. I am not walking away from acknowledging that they're amazing. No, I would. You know what? I wouldn't even start a GoFundMe for that. I
sell that.
I could get a PS5
curse ball that you bought.
I love these ones. I love the Raptors.
Yeah, but look at the stem. Nice. Look at the stem on it, though. That's badass.
I'd rock that. Hell yeah. Gandor, get over here, Gandor.
Gandalf.
Whatever.
This guy does stunning woodwork. Like absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I'm not shocked they cost what they cost.
Yeah.
They're all handmade though. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's all handmade, custom. Yeah, that shit's not cheap. That's
well, hold on.
18,650.
Yeah. But then he's got some like all the different stems.
Oh yeah, tips and stems.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get one of these high-end guys on the show.
I
know a couple of them that are still left around, but I
know a number of the old school models that are still around.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. This is an 18350.
Look at that thing, dude.
I had 18350s.
This is an 18350 Barbarossa.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't like the tank being visible like that.
No, but look, okay, point taken. But yeah, that was the one that I was always.
What would be the problem though? Wouldn't you want to see what your juice level is? Like, why would you want to have to keep taking it apart to figure it out?
Yeah, no, but I want the fact that if you're looking at it, you just assume that it's an actual pipe.
Yeah, but this is serious fake porn.
I mean, yeah, I
What?
mean that one on the bottom there. I mean, yeah, I don't want to see the tank. I think the ones that the tanks are more hidden, maybe a little juice window. They can carve a little juice window out of that wood. Carve a little juice window in there.
I like the Bower as well.
Yeah, see, that's cool. I like that. So you can't see the tank.
No.
Yeah, and
But
plus, I think most of these have temp control built into them, so you're not going to get a dry hit. So, yeah, they're already preset. So,
all right, well then, just for the sake of the vape budget hands, people,
Tim's going to buy one right now.
No, I just showed the picture. All right, so I mean, so you get variations like that.
There
like
you go.
I was thinking of the Camry. That's the one that's the real that's more the Camry K1000. But like the solid rosewood one looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, Alibaba.
Oh, there's actually a big market for it now.
Oh, that's sweet. But yeah, again, you're seeing it. I guess you could get
I'm fine with the tank showing. That's cool. Yeah. I'm all right with that. It's the whole idea that it's unique and it's different from everything else that you have.
I guess you could kind of hide it with your hand.
Well, you could maybe get some smoke glass for it or something instead of the clear glass. I mean, they're all like that. They all kind of have the tank in line with the. Look at this one right there. What's this one all about?
Oh,
that's stunning.
That is sharp.
Yeah, I remember seeing these ones actually.
What's the price on that fucker right there?
I don't know. Well, they're giving you the best 9.
That is badass right there.
Yeah, the Camry's. Yeah,
the Camry's the real popular one. Yeah. Then you got that's the e-puffer. Yeah. And then you got there's your Gandalf right there, John. That's it.
That is sweet.
Yeah,
329 buckaroos there, Johnny boy.
Yeah,
329.
Beautiful.
I love the stand. The stand looks cool. The Totally Wicked pipe.
I like how they're showing the tube in that mod. Go back up because you can see the tube, the battery tube.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, kind of got that side by side look to it. Then you got the F30 30-watt pipe mod. Look at that one's got up and down buttons on.
It's got power. Yeah, you can set your power.
Now that one's pretty slick for a small. You could get a different stem for it, I'm sure. It's got kind of a designed button on it with some, it's got a little textile kind of action.
I like that one. You can't see the tank.
That's the V-Pipe 3 Ebony from Innocigs for $100 or $122.
That's not bad.
Yeah, then you got the E-Pipe. That's the Marble V2. So that's got. I don't know if that's actual marble.
It is
marble.
It's actual marble.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That one will cost you $50. That's only $50 right there. This is more my ballpark right here. The Westminster.
The Westminster.
The Westminster.
Yeah, the iTouch. Yeah, they're actually a very good pipe. I used to smoke a pipe when I went fly fishing.
That's for your bowl load.
And there's your Caliburn version. Your vape only V-Pipe mini. That's your little Caliburn version.
You still want to look like you're still doing a bowl load. That's what that is right there.
And then here's cigar vapes of all things, cigar vapes.
All the guys my age remember Sneak a Toke, the brass little pipe. Yeah. Tim doesn't. Tim was a good boy. He didn't smoke marijuana when he was a teenager. He was a good boy.
I did, but we were using water pipes, man. So
water pipes. Yeah.
These are cigars.
Oh God.
Some of them are actually really fucking good.
Look at that one. Look at the tight leaf wrap on that. That looks just like a Cuban. That looks just like a Cuban.
Tight wrap on that one.
Look at that leaf wrap.
That one looks legit. That looks legit right there.
Yeah. There's the Cubana. There you go. Yeah, the Havana Cuban. Look, there's the cognac and the whole nine.
The cognac in the shot.
There you go, folks. Now, $30 for that puppy.
Is that that's a one-time use?
Yeah, 1,800 puffs for $30. Good luck with that.
Now, see, if they would come out with the cigar one with the tank hidden inside it, that would be banging. Yeah. That would be banging.
I like the Aristo e-cigar. They don't even have. Is that the picture? Aristo. Wait, no, they don't even have a picture of the Aristo. They just talk about it for $70.
They don't want you to know what it looks like.
For $70, you better be able to refill that.
That's got to be $70. Got to be refilled.
Yeah, you can use it for long-term e-cigar vaping.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there's all kinds of stuff out there for you guys. So you can do whatever you want. I agree with John. That one's the coolest one.
Yeah, that's badass. I
The
really
Gandalf. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I like the tube look right there.
I just don't have 329 sitting around.
Sell the curse ball and go buy that.
Hell no. Hell no. I like my gas-filled curse ball. Anyhow, all right. I'm done with that.
I mean, that's the cool thing. I mean, there's so many different types of mods that are out there, different looks, styles. There's so much out there that I feel that we're going to lose. We're not going to get to see that stuff. I think the innovation mod-wise is going to be ending here pretty soon.
But internationally, that stuff won't.
That's where I'm worried
go
about,
away
because China's talking about stopping it itself. I mean, to be honest, the last 3-4 years, that's the innovation's only coming from there. There's no who's left. Who's the American manufacturers left?
Well, yeah. I mean that part's going to struggle. But what I'm saying is, I always had that inner question about all these vape reviewers and the guys who work with these Asian manufacturers to make mods and stuff like that. It's like what's going to happen to you? And then they're like, they can just take themselves overseas. They could all go to London.
Yeah.
Or New Zealand for that matter. Apparently they're going to be cool with everything.
Yeah, they can buy a shop next to what's the guys that make the billet box out there in England.
I don't know who makes
what
it.
Signature.
Yeah, it's a signature. Yeah, signature. You can go buy a shop next to them and start building. I mean, what's really left? I mean, that's the honest question. What is left that we want our mods to do? Other than being more efficient, battery efficient. I mean, other than I joke, we did a poll years ago on the page, just jokingly, to see what do people want? What else do you want? You want a TV screen on there? Do you want it to fucking open your garage door? Do you want it to freaking start your car? Do you want to be able to add, answer calls with it? I mean, what's really left?
Well,
I remember everybody wanted music players on.
Music.
Yeah, I know that was the really big thing, and there was one actually, and they got in trouble because they were using the same old tech as the Apple, the iPod. They were using the iPod inners, and they got in trouble for doing it.
Is I'm not sure, but maybe you guys do. Is Android software free?
Yeah,
it's a free-based software, right? I could take,
I
just
open
can't.
Source.
Yeah, it's open source, right? Like Linux. Linux is open source, so you could get away with putting like a Linux operating system on a mod to play music.
Yeah.
Bluetooth.
But it eats up your battery, though. You know what I mean? Like all that extra shit just eats your battery up.
Everybody's seen the iPhone vape case. That was that wasn't a good idea, to be honest with you.
And the vape hoodie.
I mean, I mean, it was Anakin did come out with a couple things I thought were kind of cool. The compass, the flashlight. What else did they throw on there? Did they have a can opener on there too? A bottle opener? But I could dig a light. Some sort of light, a flashlight.
Asmodus did that. I have one. I have the Asmodus. Yeah, I've got the whatever that starts with a L, and it's got the touch screen chipset on it. The swipe crap, and then on the bottom it has a flashlight on it.
Yeah,
a literal flashlight. It's a single LED, like a phone LED, but it's
trying to find your keys in your bag or whatever, or trying to.
SX Mini, they've got Bluetooth and now Wi-Fi capability built into theirs.
Do you feel they didn't really utilize the capabilities of Bluetooth though? Pretty much it was just you couldn't really do anything other than puff counter. I think you can tell on your phone.
No, you could
change the wattage?
SX Mini, it's a full suite where you can actually go in and you can sit there doing whatever, and you can go through all your curves and
you can set it off from your desktop.
Yeah, or from your phone for that matter. Yeah, and now that's the MP5.
Yeah.
But SX and
I want the find feature, Paul. I want the
Diet
Bluetooth
codes.
Find feature.
Dicodes has got
Find
the same
my
thing.
mod. Find my mod feature is what I want.
Oh,
Bluetooth
what?
Find my mod feature.
And what happens if it trips out one night and your phone just keeps going off?
I
You
want
don't know where your mod
GPS.
is.
I want GPS on it so I can track the motherfucker that stole my mod because I left it on the hood of my car. That's the feature I want attached to. Why not?
Fucking no way put GPS.
Would you
A
go to
low jack receiver for on your vape mod.
Yeah. Would you go to a complete stranger's house?
What if you
knowing
left your vape
was
mod in
there?
your car?
Yeah.
Now you're fucked.
I
Now
don't
you
want it
lost
to-
two things.
I don't want it to unlock my car. I can still unlock my car. I just want it to have the find my phone feature, but find my
No.
mod. Why not? If you lost your mod at a concert, or like the guy that stole Tim's fucking mod. Now
Oh,
Tim
that-
would love to hunt that fucking guy down.
Yeah, he was.
See?
He got me twice in the same night.
And that wasn't
too.
a cheap
What?
fucking mod that got stolen.
How?
That wasn't
he-
a cheap mod.
So we were at it. The band I work with, that we had just gotten back from like West Virginia, and we rolled right into Roswell, Georgia, to play a midday festival. We were all backstage. There was like this backstage area, and it was very unsecure. There was, there were stage hands and whoever, and there were people just back there way too much for what a backstage area should be. And so I was charging my Coco, like I on one of those, like one of those battery packs. I was charging my Coco, and I had it plugged in and was sitting on top of a cooler. And I went over and we were hanging out. I go back to get the Coco, and I didn't see the battery pack either. So I thought, oh well, Doug just picked everything up and then put it in his bag or whatever. I'm like, hey Doug, did you get all the stuff on the cooler? He's like, yeah, I got my battery pack. I'm like, well, did you see the little vape thing attached to it? And he's like, no, man, I didn't see that. So right there, I knew that got stolen. So then I had my Dovpo Carbon in my book bag for the travel, because like I drove the band, so I had my Carbon Squonk mod in the truck, because like we would have to drive for like 6 hours straight, and we would only stop to like get food or whatever, because we had to make all these load in times and stuff. And so I was like, but I'm not going to carry it around at a festival. It's just too heavy. We're all hanging out right here. Nothing's wrong. So now that the Coco's gone, I'm like, oh, no big deal. That's only like $20, $25. I'm not going to cry over something like that. So I go in and get my $150 friggin' Carbon mod out, and I'm vaping on it the rest of the afternoon. And then they finished their set, so we had to start loading the band off to get the next band on. And I set it on the trailer hitch thing that was, because they were playing on the back of a trailer bed basically, and I set it on the hitch part, and I started helping the band load out, and then I came back to get it and it was gone. And I'm like, did anybody see my mod? And they're like, no. And I'm like, you gotta be joking me. So he got me for the Carbon mod and the Asmodus dot blank RDA, single coil RDA on it. And then I was heartbroken, because I'm like, you can't get those anymore. The Carbon wasn't being manufactured anymore. So we hit up Dovpo. We hit up all these people trying to find one, and Dovpo found one at UK 101 Vape in the United Kingdom, and I was like, I don't care what it costs. I want to know. I want my Carbon back. So I didn't get. I had the gray. I had the gray and white originally. I had to get the blue and gray, but that's
You can't
fine.
hear me. Thanks to who, Tim?
You were the one that you had the contacts. No, it was you for sure. But I'm like, but it worked out. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, Paul's house is on fire. Look at that.
But didn't you not? What is going on? No,
Paul's house
he
is it's not on fire.
vaped.
He just got swatted, guys. He's
Yeah.
okay. He's okay. He just got swatted.
But
So Phil,
don't you wish you had that Find My Mod Bluetooth feature on that mod?
yeah, but you know what? Yeah, there you
that
go.
one.
The Carbon. Yeah, I had.
Yeah.
Is that the white and gray? That's the one I
Yeah.
had. I love that thing.
I'll ship it over to you.
Hey, I bet
I
you,
got one. I'm good. I don't need another.
Yeah, I bet
I
you
got the blue
Paul,
one now.
Paul was the guy that stole it from you.
No, I mean it was just a solid mod. I mean the plastic whatever they used to make the shell on it is just it's super nice.
Yeah,
It's a great squonk mod.
it is a good.
But I held out for that one because the original Dovpo topside came out, and then on the release video that what's his name did, Brian, was that his name? Is that his name?
Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah, when Brian did like the intro kind of video for the top side, he said like near the end of the video, he's like, he goes, I'm still working on some things. He's like, you know, hold on, we're gonna come out with a higher end version of this. It's gonna be more for the people that want a higher end version and stuff. And we were like, ooh, don't buy the original one. You know, I'm like, I'm holding out, and it dropped maybe like 6 months later or something like that, and we all raced to buy one, and I loved it. It was so hard to pick too because you had the purple pinky, like pinkish purple color, you had the red, and you had the blue, and you had the white and gray, and I ended up going with the white and gray. But solid mod.
Yeah, they've got Yeehee chips in them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was the other reason why, is because it had a Yeehee chip in it.
Yeah.
So it was about $150. Well, the thing is, I went to the festival promoter after the guy stole the cocoa, and I'm like, and I didn't do it to get him to reimburse me for the cocoa. I said, hey man, I just want you to know that you know your staff is you know not trustworthy. I'm like, they stole some of my vape mod and stuff because they stole it from, and he's like oh well, you know, he kind of half brushed it off like I was throwing out a loose accusation, like it could have been anybody that stole it. I'm like, that's a horrible response anyway. Like there shouldn't be just anybody backstage. Like there should be people that you trust back there. Anyway, so then when they stole the carbon, I went and told him about that one too, and then he blamed it on me. You know, he said, you know, he's like, maybe you're just absent-minded and forgetful. Maybe you just can't remember where you put it. And I'm like, no, I know exactly where I put it. And I'm like, and none of my friends would take it. None of them vape anyway. So yeah, I'm like, but he blamed it on me. He
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh well, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, I guess you could stick an Apple. What do you call it?
You could attach one of those. No, they've well, right. They've got those things, those little Q tags or whatever you can get. You can just attach one of those to it and connect it to your phone. Matter of fact, there was a battery charger. I don't know if it was an eFest or one of the other ones that had Bluetooth capability. Like you could monitor your battery.
I have mine. I have one.
Yeah. eFest Lux 6, the original one.
Yeah, I have that one. I don't use it. Because you have, it's kind of cool to be able to kind of look on you if it's nearby and, you know, within 30, 60 feet or whatever it is, you can kind of see if your batteries are charged.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if I wanted to add an extra feature, some innovation to a mod, I want the Find My Mod feature. I want that. I would like that. Especially if you just spent like $250, $300 for a mod, and you should be able to find it. Especially
no
if it's
GPS
just
in a mod. No.
Why? You afraid the government's going to tap into it or what?
I mean, I get where he's going with it. I mean, yeah, actually, to be honest with you, sometimes mods are like remote controls. Like sometimes you put the motherfucker down in your house and you don't know where you put it down. Yeah. Now, if you could find it in the house, like had some kind of a tracker on it that you could find what room you left it in, and it would just beep or something.
Yeah,
that would be
there
cool.
You go. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
As you got closer to it with your phone, it's just start beeping, beep, beep, and get louder and louder and louder, so you can find it between the cushions of your couch.
Well, it would get louder the closer you got to it, John.
Yeah,
that's a natural element of finding something.
Yeah. So,
do you want it to be like? Do you want it to be like snarky and be like, nope, cold, colder, cold, warmer.
I want it to say when you get real close, I'm right here, fucker. I'm right here, fucker.
How about if it just chanted Marco and you would say Polo back?
Oh, I would love that, Marco. Oh, Marco. I'm getting close. Oh God! Thank God we don't work for any companies. You and I, Tim.
No, we'd give them horrible ideas.
You two, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
we would tank that business in like 5 minutes. Be like, who let these guys into the design session? Who let them in the front door? What are their credentials?
Vapors. We're vapors. That's all it took 10 years ago. Vape. Yeah, you're hired. Get in here.
I think I finally solved my problem.
Did you get it figured out? Are you getting a good, nice, clean hit?
Yeah, I think so. I switched it to powerful and I turned my airflow down. See, but the problem is that I don't like this drip tip. And I can't get it off.
You just can't please a woman. You just can't
can't.
please a woman. Take the cap off. No, listen to me. Take the cap off. Take the RDA cap off.
I've been trying
push it out. Do you have one of these?
Push it out from inside.
You have one of these.
I was trying that too. What's that?
Do you have one of these? A
screwdriver?
Yeah.
I have a Swiss Army knife.
Now don't use the knife because I don't want you cutting yourself.
I'm not gonna use. I'm not gonna use the damn knife, and I'm not stupid.
Yeah. No, these screwdrivers like this have that little beveled edge on it, or it's kind of rounded. Yeah, so you can kind of stick the RDA cap in there and then push it up. Nah. That would be hilarious. I do like the Marco Polo thing. I think you make a game out of it, just Marco, and then the mod goes Polo. It just gets louder as you get closer to it.
Yeah, look.
Or the farther you get away from it, and
colder. No, way too cold. You're super cold right now. Super cold. Yeah, ice cold. Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be fucking hilarious.
The good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's some. I honestly though, there's not really much. I don't want my mod playing music for obvious reasons. I know that when Wismec had that, and then everybody raved about it. They said it was a very good speaker in that mod.
Yeah.
So a lot of people really enjoyed that, and it worked underwater, which I don't understand why you would want music playing underwater, but it did work underwater.
You never know. Just let's add another bell to the whole thing.
There you
go.
There you go.
See? I can't get it off. I can't get it off. See, it's a good thing she was on the show. Otherwise, poor girl would have been messing with that drip tip for the next week.
Thank God she had.
I couldn't get it out.
Yeah. Thank God she had 3 men available to help her out.
Oh, stop being chauvinistic.
Wow,
we just we give good advice.
I still had a crank on it though with this.
Yeah.
So
well, hey, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said vaping was easy.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said vaping was easy.
Now let's take. She's gonna take
see Morgan whenever he decides to beat his chest about and his testosterone, hand him a couple of needles and some friggin' thread and see if he can put together a friggin'
damn straight. I'd like to see you do this shit.
You watch him start crying.
I can sew a button back on my shorts. That count?
No.
Good on you.
Don't count.
Good on you.
I mean, that's the thing. I think every man should know how to sew something. At least sew a button back on a jacket.
I know how to sew my Royal Oats. How about that?
Sew them on a royal. Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. You're making her choke. Tim, are you ready for the news?
I'm ready, dude. I'm always ready. I come prepared, even in my half awake stupor from work.
All right.
I'm always ready. Anyway, got the Kill 'Em All album stuck in my head. All right, I want this noted on the show. I want everybody to shame Mr. Truncali if he does not fix the music by next week.
I will.
If you hear Metallica again next week, you are welcome to just unload. Like, let's turn this son of a bitch, just turn it into Rumble. You can say whatever you want. There'll be no censorship.
Let's just say let's just be amazed that I have been using that bumper for now how long, and I still haven't gotten a strike. So that's pretty amazing.
That's pretty good. That just shows you where Metallica's come in the last 35, 40 years. You know, they don't. The thing is, Facebook probably ever. Well, they no, no, by a long shot. They just don't know the Four Horsemen. They don't know that song. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's just way too old for their music Rolodex, so they don't know that one. All right, let's tap some damn papers. Let's talk about some damn news. Let's get deep into the weeds of the vape industry and the goings on and the not goings on and the take it away and you're screwed news. All right, so first one we're going to talk about. I think we had raised this question the other night. I think we asked some of our northern neighbors, like, what's going on, like what can you tell us about what's happening in Canada or Canada for you people that like your A's in a different vowel sound. But let's talk about Canada, right? Because we know that Canada was like all about vaping at one point. They were like, they basically endorsed it, and then all of a sudden, Health Canada basically started pulling the rug out from underneath everybody's feet. So let me pull up my visuals. Sorry, it's not e-pipes this time, it's news. All right, so we're going to talk about Canada for a hot minute, if that's okay. So if you got any Canadian friends who are unaware of what's going on right now, but it looks like the Northwest Territory is going to, or they're gunning for an all-out flavor ban in the Northwest Territory. Now, I am not a geographical wizard, so I don't know all of the provinces in the Northwest Territory. There are some named in the article, but I'm pretty sure that anybody who is in that particular region already knows about some of the existing regulations that were levied that are standing now, but now we're talking about the whole Northwest Territory. So as of right now, the Northwest Territory is on track to ban most flavored vape products by this March. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is it looks like there's going to be a short window of time, and we'll talk about that at the end of the article, that they're open to commentary right now, or they're open to hearing people's opinions on the matter. So I guess you could call this a partial vape advocacy article. But of course, the advocates say that this will help keep the kids from getting addicted to nicotine. But the industry folks say that they are already highly regulated to keep kids away. So what they mean by that is that they have basic laws in place, like we do here in North America, where you can't sell to anyone that's 21 or younger. In Canada, it's anybody 19 or younger. So 19 is the cutoff date, and they do have laws. So the people who support vaping are basically saying that, it's not the retail element as much as it is an enforcement issue. So the new law may force them to close their doors for good. The territorial governments proposed an amendment to the Tobacco and Vapor Products Control Act, which would limit vape distributors to selling only flavorless or tobacco-flavored vapor products. So basically, they're primed to take all flavors effectively off the market. So no fruits, no desserts, no anything but tobacco or flavorless. I don't even know who would vape flavorless e-liquid. Yeah. I can imagine that people could adapt to a tobacco if it was a decent tobacco. But we all know that people pick up flavors because they don't want to remember the flavor of a cigarette. They don't want that tobacco taste. They want something that helps keep them away from that because of the reminders of smoking cigarettes or what have you. So yeah, flavorless or tobacco flavored. So currently Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and excuse me, I don't know any Canadian help out there, PEI. What is PEI? In Canada, what's PEI? I don't know what.
Bill.
What's PEI? Bill's speaking in Russian porn.
No, there's a Russian porn block.
Yeah, I blocked him.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. But if anybody knows what PEI stands for, I would greatly appreciate that. They
Prince
didn't break
Edward's Islands.
Okay, there you go. They've already banned vaping flavors other than tobacco. And then in Ontario and British Columbia, they have severely restricted where flavors can be sold. So I'm going to guess vape shops and things of that nature, specifically tobacco shops. So, and the reason why they're taking this angle is that there were some surveys done. According to 2017 data from Canada Tobacco, Alcohol and Drugs, they did a survey administered by Health Canada. They stated that 15% of Canadians have tried vaping products. And then, according to them, because I don't know what their poll sets were, they said that the largest majority of that 15% were youth and young kids or young adults. So I don't know that I believe that. I think there's probably more adults vaping in Canada than got surveyed. I'm sure they probably targeted kids and asked the question if they had tried vaping or not. Then, as of 2018, the Northwest Territory Bureau of Statistics found that 33% of Northwest Territory residents between the ages of 15 and 24 had tried vaping. And the majority of them, the reason for why they tried it was because of flavors, according to the survey data. So that's really why they're becoming myopic and putting the focus on flavors, because people admitted that they tried it because the flavors were attractive, or it sounded better because it could be grape or cotton candy or mango or whatever. Rob Cunningham, the senior policy analyst with Canada Cancer Society, thinks that the banning of flavors is a fair trade-off to keep kids away from getting addicted to nicotine, but leaves products in circulation for those who want to continue to vape. I don't know that you're solving the problem or if it's a fair trade-off at all. He's just making the assumption that, well, we're going to leave you with something. So if you really want to vape, we're going to give you your flavorless variety or your tobacco varieties. So, have a party, whatever. I don't think he fully understands that flavors are crucial to the retention of a vapor and staying away from smoking, because that is literally the key component to them staying away from it. Vapor Revolution, who has 11 teen. Whew. I'm counting in Australian. 11 teen. 11. They have 11 retail. My two favorite
espresso shot.
Yeah, my two favorite Australian words are 13, 14. They have 11 retail locations. They say that if the law passes as it currently is written, they will have to close their Yellowknife location. The owner of the company stated that the current law already prohibits them from selling vapor products to those 19 and under, and the government should focus on enforcing their laws as currently written instead of bringing in new ones. Kind of like over-regulation, over-laws. He said his comment or statement was that if the kids are getting their hands on these products, then the issue is enforcement and not the retail aspect. I have to agree with him. I think most vape shops are pretty acute at keeping the kids out of their stores and not selling to underage, because obviously the microscope is on them to begin with, and they probably are policed heavily. So, anyone gets one over on them, there goes your license, there goes your ability to own a business. So, I'm pretty sure he's dead on when he says it's not coming from the retail location. So the territorial government will gather, here's for the advocates, the Canadian advocates. The territorial government will gather feedback on the proposed legislation until January 22nd. You have 10 days to get louder.
Get loud.
Especially and I'm sure that anybody from Canada can participate in the advocacy element of it, but in that sense, you should speak up. I mean, obviously they're trying to take it away from you. And you're not anecdotal. You're an actual success story. You are a journey. You are a story that got you away from cigarettes. And I'm sure that whether they want to listen or not, more like most governments, they don't. But it's worth every effort that you can give it. So just needed everybody to understand that if you live in that particular area of of Canada, in that country, the entirety of the Northwest Territory is looking at an entire flavor ban as early as March 2022. So I say stand up for your rights, right? So there's that one.
Yes.
All right, so now let's talk about a little nonsense, right? Because I think we were talking back on the show where we had Colin Mendelson with Dr. Colin, and we had Bogan on. We were talking about it was right around the time the article dropped about how vaping could cause erectile dysfunction, right? Everybody remembers that, yeah? And I think we did our own poll, our own survey, and we found out that not one of us had any issues in the nether region area due to vaping. We were all A-okay. We were all thumbs up on that level.
That is correct.
Yes. So let's talk about now what they're talking about. All right. So it's getting even better, right? Because they're pulling everything. Except that guy checking his groin. I don't know. My penis shrank more than 1 inch due to COVID damage, and docs say it's permanent. So now this is what COVID does to the male species. So if you got a weenie, it's gonna get weenie. That's what we're blowing. All right, so we're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna.
It was cold. It was cold.
We're gonna scroll up. I apologize for the soft porn there.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, look, he's at the top of the page too. Wonderful. This is just my day. So basically, this article starts way up here, and
you
I love the
sell
stock
advertisements.
I gotta love the stock photos of the Juul, because that's the only vape device that exists on the planet right now. I don't know what you guys are vaping on, but I got 35 Juuls on a shelf back here, all different shapes and sizes. Now they're saying that toxins in e-cigarettes could leave users with damaged eyesight. A new study suggests. Okay, I first want to disclaim the fact that the reason why I'm wearing glasses, and I'm pretty confident Morgan and John as well, is not because we vape. It's because we have really shitty eyeballs to begin with. All right.
I've been wearing glasses since I was in the 4th grade.
All right.
I wasn't vaping, in the 4th grade.
Yeah, you were.
Right. Yeah, you were. Don't lie. You were rolling spliffs in the 4th grade too.
Yeah.
Yep. So that said, so now this is the latest attack, right? This is they got away from the erectile dysfunction angle, and now they're going right for your eyes. So I can tell you for a fact that my eyes are a product of my age. Everybody in my family has reading glasses on now. That's mom, dad, and my brother. All of us, all 4 of us wear reading glasses at this point. I'm no longer gifted with 20/20 vision. So I don't know why they started the article with this particular piece of information, but in case anybody wanted to know, yes. Well, that's right. That was a stock photo of me checking my undies because clearly I was feeling some shrinkage going on there, Bill. Yeah, and I was getting very concerned. So they did a whole story on me. It's on a different page. But. Anywho, anybody is concerned or wants to know, but there's about 2.7 million people in England that use devices, often used as an alternative to smoking. Great information to have. But the big difference, right? The UK also endorses vaping, so where we don't quite get that liberty here. And they do state very early on that smoking. They've done studies on people that smoke, surveys and studies of people's health, and that they're aware of the fact that smoking does cause damage to the eyes. It's known that it's a side effect of smoking. So that kind of sets the stage for most general studies that go on, is they know that you smoked and they know that you switched. So somehow, in some way, shape, or form, the entire causation is due to vaping. So if you were going to get bad eyes, has nothing to do with the 30 years that you smoked, right? Yeah. It's the last 2 where you vaped, right? That's rapidly increasing your potential to have some sort of eye issues moving forward. Now, scientists are saying that those who use e-cigarettes have an increased risk of eyesight. It's almost like they took the erectile dysfunction article and they just changed it and put eyesight instead of erectile dysfunction. Current vapers were 34% more likely to suffer from visual impairments compared to those who never had tried it, and former vapers, people who quit vaping, only have a 14% more likely chance, which that seems kind of like hogwash to me, because if you tried vaping and you decided not to continue with it, they don't state whether or not these people went back to smoking. They just identified them as former vapors.
Yeah.
So even though they had people in the data set that were people that had never smoked or never had never smoked before, had tried vaping, they didn't specifically state what their percentage was. They just basically blanketed everybody and said that if you're a current vapor, regardless of your smoking history or lack thereof, you were 34% more likely to suffer some kind of an visual impairment. So this study was done by, of all places, John, of all places,
Where?
the University of California.
Oh man, I don't trust those people.
Okay, well, you live there, so you can vouch for their
University of California, so USC.
They just in the article they just stated University of California. They didn't say Southern. They just said University of California. Now, get this, and I don't know how they quantified this. So the study included, ready, 1,173,646 individuals they surveyed.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, so I mean, where did they find 1 million people to ask? I mean, I don't think you could, even if you sent out 2 million surveys, I doubt that you would get a million over a million returned to you with honest answers. But they said based on this, and they were between the ages of 18 and 50. That was apparently they were the ones who were polled. They were specifically asked if they ever vaped or smoked, and if they had suffered visual impairment. Now, again, those two questions, even closely set together, do not mean that the visual impairment is directly correlated to your vaping. Okay? You could have had acid in your eyes on one day. You could have just looked at the sun and burned your retinas out. Yet you were a vapor, and again, they tied the two together. So who cares that these were the two questions that were paired up? The study was published in the American Journal of Ophthalmology, and the scientists state that the component propylene glycol has the ability to produce what's called free radicals. So you have these little people in your eyes. They're called free radicals, and they're usually very opinionated. Sorry, it's a really bad joke. They're free, though. Free radicals, which basically is a cell-damaging atom that, and I put this in air quotes, may weaken the fluid layer covering the surface of the eye. And there you have it, folks. There is your propaganda article wrapped up into one word. Okay? Yeah. So you can read all this hubbub and fancy terminology and big numbers and percentages and all that and dumb questions they ask these people. They could ask 300 million people. Yeah. But when you get to a may or a might or a could, that completely throws everything out, right? That should lower that percentage almost exponentially. It also may promote what they call oxidative stress. Yeah. Oxidative stress is a key factor in the development of chronic diseases such as cataracts and glaucoma. Now, with cataracts and glaucoma, I've never known that to be specific to smokers. Yeah. I've known people just can get glaucoma. It's a genetic thing. Yeah. Cataracts, I have had family members who never smoked, never even engaged in any kind of smoking behavior, whether it be pipes, cigars, or cigarettes, and had cataracts and had to have that operated on. So I know for a fact that those aren't specifically and directly related to either one of those. Smoking, and this is a smoking-specific issue, smoking is known to heighten the risk of several eye conditions such as age-related macular degeneration. Woo! So, again, you put it back into context, and somebody who smoked cigarettes for 30 years, and then finally found vaping, and it may have cleared up some of their issues. Maybe they've lowered their COPD side effects or their struggle with COPD, or just in general, it improved their overall health and wellness to some degree. Those people could still die of lung cancer later. Like those cancer cells are already pre-existing. So vaping doesn't induce that. It doesn't cause it to come out. It was going to happen probably anyway, and it was a result of the smoking for all those years. Professor Simon Capwell, he's a clinical epidemiologist at the University of Liverpool, that we're back in the UK now, said that, and this, but he's on our side on this one. He said that the latest California study did not prove a link between vaping and eye damage. He did acknowledge in the article that there are some things in vaping that he doesn't necessarily agree with and would state that are unhealthy. But he did confirm that after reading the study, that based on whatever they did and how they quizzed these people, they did not prove that link. They just asked some questions and was like, okay, you're a vapor and you used to smoke and you've had visual impairment issues. Definitely got to be tied to the same thing. So anyway, crock of crap. You're going to hear about it. It's going to end up in the social media nethers. It's going to probably make its rounds on Facebook. You're probably going to have your family and your friends and a bunch of people standing outside smoking a cigarette while you're vaping, going to tell you that it's going to ruin your eyesight. So you could turn around and say, no. As a matter of fact, smoking is known to have issues and affect your visual ability. So, you can throw that argument out. So my takeaway on that was, I'm like, what say you? Have you experienced eyesight issues since you started vaping? Let's poll the audience and see what regular vapors have to say. So for the people out there out there in the chat, have you guys noticed any visual issues since when you started vaping?
No, I'm like Morgan, glasses since 5th grade. Fourth, summer, 4th grade.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, no. No, I never had any issues. As a matter of fact, Keto, we did stop smoking, so thank you for the support. Appreciate you. All right, so let's talk about a little advocacy. Let's get into some advocacy. All right, so these are not really anything that you can fight for. These are already passed laws. I just want to bring things to the table and alert people about particular things if you live in these general areas and you might not be aware of laws that may have passed. I know that sometimes even advocacy information and news is slow to get to people, even if you're following CASA and all that other stuff. Yeah. There are a lot of municipalities and cities and states, cities within states that have legislation on the table, and they keep it away from you as best they can. So, it's something you may not know about all these stuff. So let's talk about Scarsdale, New York. I'm at the bottom of every article, aren't I? All right. So there's a new law in Scarsdale, New York. I know that New York is already fraught with all kinds of vaping bans and vaping challenges and an inability to get your hands on the things that you need to continue to vape. A lot of trunk shopping and probably sneaky activity, which is unfortunate. But as of January 1st, a new law in Scarsdale now bans smoking and vaping on public property. So as I understand it, I guess Scarsdale is like somewhat of a village. It's like a smaller community type area. It's not a big bustling city, so it's a bit smaller in demographic. But this includes village facilities, recreation spaces, business districts, and on public streets and sidewalks. You are no longer allowed to smoke in those public areas or vape. The village is currently allowing a 60-day transition period, and police will only be issuing warnings at this time. After the 60-day transition, if you're violating that particular law, you could be fined for about $100. So if you're in Scarsdale or passing through Scarsdale, just know that if you're walking down the street window shopping, you are not allowed to vape on the street.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know. I mean, these kinds of laws seem pretty commonplace. Parks and things like that. You see it quite often on the beach and things of that nature. All right. So the other one that we need to talk about is Fresno, California again. What is it with California, John? What's up with you?
I don't know, man. I think they're smoking too much weed out there or something.
Yeah, somebody's on the pot in California. Somebody's smoking the pot.
You say out there as if like you don't actually live.
It's a whole other country, Morgan. We don't recognize California anymore. The only reason
I know.
we feel
Oh,
for
hold
John.
on.
We feel very sorry for John.
The
Let me
Midwest is where it's at.
It's out there.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, the ether. Yeah.
Yeah. So that said, I'm sorry, John. Just more bad news from California.
Damn
We will be cutting the ropes so that you can float out to the Pacific Ocean at the end of the month. So
I'm gonna have ocean.
I say gather up all your belongings, take care of your affairs, and be at the border of Nevada so you can wave goodbye to everybody. Okay. So as of January 1st, there's an effective ban on vaping and smoking in Fresno apartments. Shocker. This is not uncommon either. The ordinance was passed on October of last year, mandating that multi-unit housing complexes designate an outdoor smoking area and ban smoking from inside the units. Now, we reported on this stuff before. Basically, what they're saying is that if you, even though you're in your apartment and you're vaping or you're smoking or whatever, and this includes marijuana. I didn't put that part down, but the article did state that it includes marijuana. And things of that nature, that due to the ductwork and the fact that the close proximity to other housing, other units within a similar building, that those types of vapors and smoke can travel through the ductwork system and potentially cause people living in an area close to you to be affected by secondhand something or other. So it's not unusual that they passed this particular guideline. So I really quickly wanted to go down here and read the landlord guidelines. All right, so there's Nick. Win the day, Nick. Win the day. All right, so the landlord guidelines are as such. Here's what landlords should do to comply with the new ordinance. Post no smoking signage around the apartment complex to indicate smoking is prohibited in all units. Include non-smoking provisions in current, new, and renewed leases. Informing people. Notify existing tenants that smoking is prohibited as of January 1st and provide each unit with a copy of the ordinance. Provide notice to violating tenants of landlord's knowledge of the violation and consequences for a continued violation. That could mean eviction. That's entirely up to the landlord at that point. Comply with the ordinance and not allow people to smoke in non-designated smoking areas. The fines as such will be, the first time they catch you, you're going to get a warning. And you'll get some educational materials and resources. After that, the first time is $250, second time is $500, third time is $1,000, and any time beyond that is another $1,000. So don't smoke in your apartment in Fresno.
Yeah. You can steal cars all you want there. Just don't smoke in your apartment. It's the stolen car capital of the world, Fresno, California.
Yep. Oh, anyhow.
I'm not kidding. It's some crazy numbers. Like a car gets stolen like it's just ridiculous number there. It's like if you park a car in Fresno, it might not be there.
That's true. That's very true.
Hey, look, there's a show. Hey, look who's with us. Are you done, Tim, with the news?
I am done, and that is your news.
Nick.
Back to you in the studio, John.
Mr. Nick Orlando has joined us. How did the first day go?
Doing all right, you?
Doing tremendous. Trying to keep it going here. The first day went pretty good. Second day went pretty good. It was just, you got to go have conversations and put the fires out as they come, I mean,
it's
legislative session, so lots of new faces in legislation this year. Lots of freshmen. We have a planned visit to do a round robin on February 15th, I believe, or 16th. But it's just meet and greet kind of stuff. All the real work's getting done now as far as what they're putting up and what they're taking down and what we can steer and what we can't and what we can help with. The thing we're seeing most common right now is in regards to last year's bill that the governor signed. that added preemption, and as well as the 0 fee permit for nicotine retail sales. But we have a few that are jumping on, saying that they want to get rid of the preemption piece and start making their own rules and regs in certain municipalities and cities. So we kind of don't want that to happen, because that'll be setting it back to where we came from, in regards to letting individual cities like ban vapor and tax vapor and all the bad stuff. So we're trying to send a message to come consistent with federal laws, T21, and then we do have the 0 permitting here for nicotine retail sales. So we think that's sufficient to age gate it, and we're doing the right thing here as vapor nicotine retailers. I think the bad players will be there and have been there. The majority of them being outside of our vape shop industry. Mostly the unage-gated businesses such as convenience stores, gas stations, liquor stores, The list goes on. Supermarkets, big box retailers that carry tobacco products. And the evidence clearly shows that in every municipality, as well as federally, FDA inspections have proven that over the course of time. I mean, 11,432 retailers in the state. There were 4 violations by vapor retailers, and 2 of those were the same one. So technically there were 3 vapor retailers that violated out of 11,432 violations. So when we're talking to them about, who the bad players are and who are actually following the rules, it's clear, and we use those numbers. So we're very fortunate to have a group of lawmakers in our capital, as well as the support of our governor here, that will actually research, listen, and understand, take the time before they have any knee-jerk crazy reactions to what we're doing. So it's a matter of getting that information out, being able to support it with documentation, and introduce ourselves to freshmen.
And how's that going?
So that's what I've been doing for 2 days. Actually, I've been doing it since August, but session started 2 days ago. But
how's that going with the new faces? Are they listening? Are they giving you the cold shoulder?
Well, they're very actively listening, taking everything into consideration. Obviously, as you get closer to session, which was prior to 2 days ago, things get really busy for a freshman, right? They start building alliances and trying to figure out where they should go. The state of Florida and our organization is very fortunate to have somebody that has been a representative and served on the Bush administration. So when we get a freshman legislator, they look to our lobbyist for direction and how to navigate through legislation. So we are very, very fortunate here in the state. That's why it's important to us to have these memberships to be able to pay this gentleman and his organization or his firm to support us, because we got it pretty good. Outside of a few stragglers here and there, I mean, for the most part, when a freshman walks in, they're seeking out our guy to say, hey, how do you navigate through this? It's my first time here. And our lobbyist gets to do that. So when we go around and meet these people, he's like, oh yeah, they already know us, it seems. It's like, oh yeah, you're the Florida Smoke Free people. Hey, how you doing? And we sit down and talk. So it's taken since 2014 to get that going. This wasn't an overnight thing. This wasn't something that you could have started a year ago. Again, very fortunate. Him and his team have been with us since 14, and it's been critical. Like, we have to stay with these people, and this is why we win, right? I mean, 34 bad bills over the course of time that we've crushed is pretty damn impressive when you look across the board. And where we stand today in today's climate, as far as what the success has been. I credit it to our members, because they're the ones that pay the bills. They buy the ingredients for us to mix up and bake the cake for these guys, and without them, we couldn't do it. So I don't deserve any of the accolades. There's a team of us, but the team is much bigger than the 8 people on the board. It is the members that supply the ingredients, man. Without that, 8 people going up and talking without a whole bunch of money is nothing. But the membership supports it. And as you know, with the current landscape of our industry, you lose members. People are closing down, which, I can understand it, right? Manufacturers are closing, businesses are closing, retailers, and bottling companies and labeling companies. I mean, the list goes on. And those people were members of ours. And as we lose them, it's important to cultivate the responsible industry stakeholders and get them involved in these states, such as Florida, such as Ohio, such as Arizona, such as Colorado, Tennessee. The list is long. It's out there with, and you guys can search them out for positive history and see where they should invest their money. But at the end of the day, we start losing states like Texas and Florida. Pack it up, man. We're done.
Yeah.
Those are big states lose in our industry. And just being real, I mean, Georgia's recreated their face, but they're there, they're doing their thing. I mean, these states are having to shift on the fly and make things happen. But they've been here as long as Florida. But due to membership and people not being able to get them what they need to do the job and make things happen, it's tough.
Yeah.
And we've been very fortunate. And, that's why I always say thank our members, man, because those are the ones that make it happen. Granted, I mean, this 60 days, I'll be working 40, 50 hours a week for free, but that's, comes with the organization. But it's tough, man. It's tough, and it gets tougher. It doesn't get easier. You'd think the governor signed a bill, everything's cool, but it's at the square one where we have to go out and meet these new guys. It's like they're going to challenge him. I mean, the other side is going to challenge him on everything he does. There's people that hate our governor. It's unfortunate, but they're out there, and those are the ones we have to battle. They're trying to make a name for themselves, crush Governor DeSantis, and in the process, they're going to be running for governor themselves. And there's a whole lot of back end stuff, inside the ballpark kind of stuff going on with our elections coming up for his seat in November this year. So there's going to be a lot of jockeying around and people posturing, trying to get their messages out and trying to win his seat, let alone, do the right thing by the kids and
the hot
all the friends out there are coming after us, right? Yeah, I mean, it's easy. It's low hanging fruit if we make it easy. But that's why we got to be there and fight our ass off. So that's what we're doing.
Everybody, I have put the links to the Facebook group page and also the website. I don't think it's possible, but have you ran into anyone that has no clue about vaping yet? It can't be.
John, there's people that hear about it. And they'll walk in our retail stores. Are you talking about legislative or
legislators? Yeah, I'm talking about the freshmen that you ran into.
Well, so the freshmen that I ran into, obviously they're of younger age, so they kind of understand it, but they don't know the open systems that we deal with. So it is the whole, I've got a closed system that I bought at the store, disposable type of thing. And I don't want to pick on disposables because they serve a purpose, but they hear about those products and replaceable pod systems that are non-refillable open, but they're like, wow, some of them are like, wow, that's when I was a kid, I remember seeing one or two, but now it's this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's always, it's learning. It's getting out there. The bad thing is, John, is that the stuff that's getting out there is not the right stuff to get out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like they're hearing about vaping. Oh yeah, what about the volley? Well, no, that's not me. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's not what I sell.
So you're carrying that bag full of all the different devices around then, huh? Today?
Yeah, I carry that little case, and my little show and tell, man. It's the best way to do it because, I'm not going to pull it up on the internet and they're not going to take the time to do it. But if I put it in their hand and say, look, this isn't a closed system. We refill it here. This is what we use to refill it and change a coil. And you take apart and show them the pieces and the batteries and the regulated mod versus the not regulated, the closed system versus the open system, the pod versus the disposable. They get it then because it's in their hand, Right. It's like, I see it. It's right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I think it's very important to do that. And then obviously, you know, after 60 days, we go back on the street. The road show for Nick starts. And I start hitting these guys in their office. So.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you come on real quick. I know you're tired.
You've been busting butt.
Tired the state of mind, baby.
Yeah. Got plenty of time to sleep when you're dead, right, Nick?
Yeah, that's right, baby. You got to push through it. I got a big day Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
We got to push through, right? I mean, we're used to that 60-day run. It's like that's when you don't sleep. After
all
that,
about
you can
endurance.
go sleep and then get back out on the road.
There you go.
Tim, I'm getting old though, brother. I'm getting old.
I'm feeling you, man. It's starting to
look at the youngster over there on the top laughing because we're talking about how we're getting old, and Morgan's just smiling.
Wait. All right, I'm gonna be 23.
Oh my God, 23.
Okay, and the running joke at work is that instead of going to be 23, I feel like I'm 83.
Yeah.
My back and stuff like that, and so like that's like that's like the running joke at work.
Yeah.
So the only
wait till you get my age, you'll be ready to put one foot in the hole.
Like I'm sitting here like.
Well,
shit.
I'm curious,
boy,
Nick. When you're talking to those guys, do other issues, children issues, come up when you're talking to those guys? Do they talk about alcohol? Do they talk about drug use? Is that a topic during these sessions as well, or is it just vaping right now?
It's only a very small part.
We talk about flavored alcoholic beverages, right, and flavored energy drinks and the addiction that's there. And the response we get across the board is this is not about alcohol. This is not about energy drinks.
Yeah.
So it's that long,
I find that funny how that's not really important. That there's I forgot the numbers.
They go, you know what? You're the Florida Smoke Free Association. You're not the Florida Alcohol Association. So let's talk about your topics. And it's like, you got me. Let's go.
Yeah, we just had one here in Sacramento a couple weeks ago. Drunk driving teenagers in the car that ended up killing everybody in the car except, of course, the drunk ass driver.
Yep.
These damn things kill more people than anything
right there, the cell phone and the text.
Like, take these away from the kids. Take these away from the kids behind the wheel.
Yeah. Well,
we just had someone here in town get their 7th DUI on New Year's Eve.
Oh, wow.
Gravy.
Yeah.
How do they even have a license at that point?
It's called this is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And
how
legislative this is called Wisconsin legislators will not crack down on this shit, and so people rack up to 7 DUIs, and they don't freaking nothing happens to them. That's sure, maybe they don't lose their license, but like they'll still drive.
They'll get anytime they get a hands on a car, they'll get in it.
Well, right, but I'm saying like they're not cracking down on like having these people
prosecuting these people
adequate jail time.
Yeah,
you repeat offenders. They need to be criminals.
It's ridiculous.
I think you can only go 3 here in California, and you're done. You're going to jail.
Yeah,
3 and out in most states.
Yeah, you're going to jail, baby. Yeah, this kid drove the
got
car into the lake.
Trucks.
Yeah,
they all moved to Wisconsin.
Yes.
God. No, I'm
Eat
good.
cheese curds and drink beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I think this is the first. The iPhone was the first phone I bought that actually factory setting was already set to work in the car when it felt that I was moving. So it knew I was in the car. It's the first time. I've never seen my phone. When I first bought this phone, the 12 Max, and I got in the car and I started driving, all of a sudden this window came up. And it said, drive mode.
Motion detected.
Yeah. So I was like, that's kind of. What did I do? Of course, I shut it off. I'm like, I can't have this.
That's what every kid does.
Yeah.
Registering in Florida, actually registering a business in Florida.
Is it dropbears.com?
Oh, I wish. I wish. How the fuck can you get 9 DUIs and still be driving? Sorry.
I'm thinking they're driving without a license at that point.
Yeah, right, yeah. But like my whole point
they should be in jail.
Get to that point. They should be in jail.
They should be in jail.
No, I agree.
Time at the county jail.
Here in Australia now, if you get 2 DUIs,
they take away your kangaroo.
Yeah, you gone after the first one. Ask that, right? They get rid of your kangaroo after the first one. The second DUI, right? You can go low, medium, and high range PCA, like prescribed concentration of alcohol.
Yeah.
But after your second one, that's normally 6 months without a license. Okay, they take your license away straight away.
Yeah.
Without a problem, unless you fight it in court. On your third one, they install an alcometer, and you can't start the car.
Yeah, we have that.
Period.
Yeah,
but
that's your car. You can still drive someone else's car.
Yeah, you can still drive someone else's.
That, or a friend comes with you who hasn't had something.
Yeah. Point taken.
Yeah. No, I've said
I ain't driving at night in Wisconsin. That's for sure.
Well, no. Don't drive in any college town. Don't drive in Milwaukee. Don't drive most of the time, you're okay. But yeah, I found out someone here, right in the city I live in, got their 7th DUI on New Year's Eve, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking me.
All right, maybe Nick can answer this question for me. Why do
I love Milwaukee, by the way.
Why do they have to inform you that there is a DUI checkpoint? Why is that mandatory that they have to inform people that there is a DUI checkpoint out that night? Why is that required to be information?
It's not required.
Here in California, it is. They have to state it. They'll tell you the day before.
That's because they don't want to put anybody in jail.
McHenry. Yeah, DUI checkpoint on McHenry. Blah blah blah.
They want to get you with the twice as stupid.
Then you get busted. It's on your phone. Hey, yeah, I was trying to avoid this one.
A lot of times here, they'll roll it out onto the news.
Yeah,
but they hope that it will thwart some of the driving and just keep people at home. But let's face it, man, they just take a different route. I mean, come on. It's everybody feeling good, right? That's what it's about. Everybody wants to feel good. So we feel good.
I got it.
We're telling everybody through a public service announcement that you shouldn't be out driving through this messaging. Yeah, okay. And thanks for the millions of dollars for that funding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always that one guy.
Everybody feels good.
Yeah, it's always that one guy. Oh, I got this.
But it's all about feeling good, man.
I had 6 drinks in an hour. I can do this. I'll pass this test.
So let me tell you something. They do that, right? They'll set up a checkpoint. They'll announce it. But in some places, there's alternate checkpoints that will nail your ass.
Yeah.
So that's the way they push the guys to certain areas, right? Like if they say there's a checkpoint here on one major thoroughfare going from Clearwater to Tampa, it's one bridge.
Yeah.
That stops them from using that bridge, but they use the next one south. And then they just line up over there and they just nail them without a checkpoint. They're just like, hey, that guy looks drunk. Let's get him.
Come here. Come here.
Yeah. It's funneling cattle, right? I mean, at that point, you're a cattle.
I was at one a couple of weeks ago. The dude tried to
give
the
away
U-turn
the
thing.
Secrets.
Yeah, you can't back away from him. See that from a mile away.
And he wasn't drunk either. He was just didn't want to wait any longer to get through it, and he thought he could just do the U-turn. Boy, they were on him like fucking.
You got a light, a beacon on you at that point.
Yeah, it's like putting the spotlight on you.
But you won't see many of those, John. You don't see checkpoints random, right? You just see them like on New Year's, Christmas Eve, and stuff.
No, randoms. Every Friday there's a checkpoint.
Everywhere here they got the same.
Yeah,
they really have the time to do that.
At least one or two every week out there on the weekends.
They don't do it here.
They
should.
There's actually a whole section of the police force here, and it's just set up for the RBAs, randomized breast testing, and the other part of them now. Because they've got a big bus that they just pull up the side of the road. And it's also drug testing as well. So you actually drug and alcohol tested at the same time. So
you guys must have some kind of funding, man, because here they don't do that. It's all they can do to just bust bad guys.
No, they
next time I'm out, I'll take photos for you and send them. And you're just going to look at what the resources and get this. The chase cars that they've got now, because they've now moved away from GMs, they've now gone to BMW M3s, and that's their chase cars.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I said the same thing.
Yeah. No, they do registration checkpoints too.
Yeah, they're everywhere here.
Yeah, you'll run in. I ran into it the other day just to make sure you have your smog certificate, and your registration for your vehicle and license.
Yeah, we don't do that in Florida. Smog certificates.
Yeah. we have.
They did away with those inspections.
Yeah.
Florida's fun though.
Oh yeah, no, here it's bad. When I had my diesel truck, when I had my F350, I've got pulled over so he can stick my tank to see if I had any red fuel in there, farmer's fuel. Tax-free farmer's fuel in there. And I'm like, dude, check my tanks. Sticking that line down there with a little test tube to take a sample out of your tank. And if you had any red dye in there, and that was from farms, that's how they tell the difference between the clear diesel that you get at a gas station, what a farmer has on his property. If you had red dye diesel in there, they could tax the shit out of you.
Wow.
So you're not near LA, John, are you?
No, I'm 6.5 hours from LA.
Yeah, I figured, because those guys in LA ain't fucking with gas and shit. They got enough shit.
Oh yeah, no, they got highway. We have highway patrol, and then we have weight masters. We have weight masters, and the weight masters, they can pull any truck over, any truck, not a semi.
You guys see probably a lot more of that.
Yeah. If you see that diesel logo on the side of your truck, you could get pulled over by one of those guys. They're not going to weigh your truck, but they're going to test your tank.
Yeah.
It's like, and I laugh because
Cali's got a lot of funding for that alternative enforcement. They do.
It's all that MSA money. That's what it is.
Hang on.
I gotta put it somewhere.
Yeah.
But
I got
we don't have
a photo for you, Nick. Here, Nick. This is the type of funding that they've got here in Australia. You're going to see this shit, and you're going to go, what?
Well,
this is only one.
Like
this is only one region
for a pack of cigarettes, there, dude. The markup.
Yeah, I know, but all right. Well, all right. Well, hang on a second, and you're just going to look at this funding. This is just one section of RBT. This is one side of town. This is the funding that they've got. You're just going to go.
Yeah, let's get back on funding because the police stuff is just boring.
Look at this shit.
Holy shit! Look at that. That's marketing, huh?
It's unbelievable. 0.5% on alcohol and 0 drugs.
Wow.
That's only one section.
And they can randomly pick you?
Yeah, they stop the whole flow of traffic and just nail your ass to the canvas.
Damn.
Wow.
Crazy.
Is that one little area where all those are? Or is that like the whole?
No. That's only one section of the region.
That's where you are.
No. That's in Victoria. New South Wales is double this.
Oh wow.
There's a whole yard, right?
They got boats too. New South Wales. I know that you guys are right there in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got boats as well. They've got random boats now for breath testing on the water. If you're out fishing, having a beer, they'll ping you on the water for having a beer while you're fishing.
Oh, yeah. Still mess with you if it's a Foster's, though? Or they don't mess with you?
No.
It's bad here, too. I mean, I was in court. I forget what I was doing there, but I was in court, and I was waiting for my turn.
In Australia?
No, in America, here in Cali.
Oh.
Here in California. And at least 10 people that were in front of me were all there because not having a fishing license, and they were some fucking big fines, huge fines for not having a fishing license. I'm thinking to myself, dude, was it worth catching that one fish to have? I'm talking like $2,500, $3,000 fines, repossessions of boats, all your fishing gear, all that stuff is impounded.
First time?
Yeah, first time. If you get caught here in California on a boat fishing without a license, they have the right to impound your boat, all your gear, not your truck, but they'll take your boat. They'll take your boat and all your gear and impound it.
That's it. Yeah. They're doing the same. They're doing the same here. Here, Nico, check this out. These are their other new toys that they've been playing with over here in Australia now. This is Highway Patrol. There you are.
Wow.
BMW's the fucking 300s.
300s, the heavy 300 and BMW. Hey, Nick can show us the shit they're driving around in Miami. Them motherfuckers are driving Lambos. They're chasing guys in Lambos in fucking Miami.
Yeah, I know. But these are some of the toys that they've got here. Where I live.
What's funny is that Chrysler 300 probably costs more in Australia than that BMW.
No, but they've also in the unmarks M5s now. M5.
So
M5 series.
Do they put interceptors in those on top of what they have? Because I know, like, the
Nick wants to be a cop again now. He's like, I want a fast car, man.
This is interesting as hell to me.
Hey, my Crown Vic used to haul ass, dude.
I want something faster.
Crown Vics. Yeah, Crown Vics are one thing, but
think about this. Think about how many fucking more accident you cops could have had if you guys would have had the equipment that you could have had back then. Right? You guys were driving around Mustang 350 GTs instead of the Dodge Diplomat. You would have caught that guy, huh, Nick?
Those races at 2-3 in the morning over the bridge would have been a lot more fun.
Hell yeah.
But I never got that. I was like, why are cops driving Dodge Diplomats around, dude? What the hell?
Yeah, but the 300s that they've got here, they're actually twin turbo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. They want to catch them. I mean,
but we've got a lot of old school like street rodders here in Australia.
Here they don't even chase anymore. Honestly, no. I mean, there's no need to fast car. Really? It's just a matter of a radio.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I hate to interrupt on the conversation, but I gotta go. I gotta get to bed. So
we are
y'all have a good
night.
Too. Okay. Good night.
We are done too. Nick, thanks for coming back on and giving us.
Man, I'm sorry I was so late. Hopefully, I didn't keep everybody too long, but
come join us anytime. Give us some updates of what's going on in Florida. You know, we
trying
always
to get out of work clothes and chill out and fill up the water.
Yeah.
Jump on. I don't know if you guys would still be going or not, but I figured I'd check and see.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on. We would love to know what's going on over there in Florida. You guys set the tone for everybody else. I think everybody should pay attention to what the members of the Florida Smoke Free Association are doing in Florida. What is the term? Getting the boots on the ground, right? Is that the
boots on the ground?
Boots on the ground, man. You can't do everything through email.
Put up and suit up, baby.
Yeah, you can't do everything through email and voicemail and video. Get your ass out there.
Yeah, keep an eye on the Florida Smoke Free pages in case we need testimony if anybody's here in Florida, because there are times when we need bodies in the seats to come up and speak realistically to some folks, and during testimonies is a very important part when we have individuals from around the state show up and say where they're from and that they took the time of their day to come up and talk and tell the truth about these products. So very important.
Yeah, no, that's the key thing. That is key. And you're just nothing better than an actual, your story. It's your story. It's heartfelt. You can see the emotion in people's faces when they're talking about something that they know is saving their lives. And, we had that bullshit a couple years ago with these guys looking on their phones and playing games on their phones while we were speaking. And it's sad to see that shit, but we need people out there, telling their story, telling their side of the story, and get family involved. Like we always stress, family is the people that notice the change in you. When you have been a smoker for 25 years, and you stop smoking.
And bring the kids.
Get the
Nothing
kids
wrong with
involved.
bringing the kids in there. They do it.
Yeah. Yep. Do it.
Yeah, why not? Play them their own game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Don't let the
a
school
lot of
shovel them
parents
in.
use these products so they can continue to parent these children, and the children do realize that, hey, my mommy and daddy quit smoking cigarettes, so they'll be here for me, and their lives do matter too. It's an important message when a kid says that, and it's worked in the past, and it's just being real. The cool thing about this whole thing, what we all do, you guys, everybody, is that we can get up there and tell the truth. We don't have to fabricate a story.
That's right.
They have to fabricate a story. And it makes it very simple to go up and speak at these testimonials and just tell your story and bring a family member or something, because it's the truth and it's easy to tell. It's just a conversation. And you just say your story and go sit down. You're not lying, and you can tell it right off the cuff to anybody on the street and anybody in a courtroom or anybody in a Senate or House hearing.
Well, when you're listening to these kids that they bring in through school, the ain'ts, you can tell from the speech it was written for them. There's no emotion in their face. There's no concern. They're just like, hey, I'm here for credits, man. I'm fucking here for credits. I'm reading something off of a cue card. Hey, put the cue card down and tell me how you really feel. Put the cue card down.
They don't have an opinion.
No,
they don't know about it.
They don't have no opinion. And
without
a lot of them,
cue cards, they have nothing.
They have nothing. They have zero. I'm trying to find that thing before I go here, and it's on my page somewhere. I can't find it. There's a picture of a row of Ferraris and Lamborghinis at a police station in Rome, and they're just all lined up, and they're like Roma Policia, and it's on it. I'm thinking to myself, God, I'd love to be a cop in Rome, man. I'd love to be a cop in Rome. There's nothing like starting a Lamborghini and a Ferrari. I had the pleasure of starting one, and that roar when you first start it, there's nothing like it. I can just imagine the cop coming to work and getting in a fucking Lamborghini and just whoa,
setting his coffee in the cup holder and
a little espresso machine right there. But I always think to myself, Nick, where do they put the suspects? Where do they put the criminal?
They call for the paddy wagon.
Tie him to the back of the Lambo. They turn into a wing. The fugitive turns into a wing at the back of the Lambo. Right. Oh, all right, guys.
Those guys don't arrest anybody. They just look cool and write tickets.
They didn't. I don't think I saw one person get arrested in Rome. They just get stern warnings. Or this is the funny that you brought that up. That the week that I was in Rome, I saw more people yelling at cops than I've ever seen in my entire life. They're arguing with the police officer. They broke the law, but they're sitting there yelling and arguing with the police officer. And I'm going, that wouldn't happen in America. That would not happen. You're getting stunned. You're getting stunned, man. All right, guys, we are out of here. Thank you again, Nick, for joining us. Come back anytime. Paul, thank you. Morgan, thank you for representing the wonderful state of Wisconsin. We always have to have somebody from Wisconsin on the show.
Where you can get 7 DUIs and still be out on the streets.
Yeah, the state you don't want to drive at night or during the holidays. You're not driving the state of Wisconsin at night or during the holidays. 9 DUIs. That's insane. All right, guys, we're out of here. Thanks again. We'll see everybody next week, Wednesday, same channel, same time, same place. Bye.